Good morning, Just fans. Welcome to the live broadcast of the final day of the 7th Paul Keres Memorial, which is held here in the beautiful summer capital city of Estonia, which is called Parnu, very close to the Baltic Sea. The beach literally is like a couple of hundreds of meters away from the spa hotel where we're staying, where the players are playing right now. And today we are gonna finally figure out and determine who is gonna win the 7th annual event. So it's been quite a fun week so far. And I hope that today we are going to have a proper, exciting, dramatic finale. I'm Graham Connections. Together I'm with the Women International Master, Margaret Alde. And Margaret, what can we expect from today?
Yeah, I see that we have no quick draw, so I think we can expect a lot of very fighting games. People want to win the prizes. Maybe also the first prize is still open, but the other prizes as well.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the thing. You never really know. Sometimes some people are quite happy with quick draws in the final round because they are also norm alerts. We're going to talk about it, not only the prizes, but some of the players are eyeing for norms to get one of the titles in chess. But first, before we delve into the games, let's talk about what the event is all about. So once again, the main event is the Classical Open A. There's also the Classical Open B. So the main event has all the players rated 1900 and higher. 9 rounds, Swiss event. The time control is 90 minutes for the entire game plus 30 seconds. This means no second time control. And the reason, Margaret, is probably really simple because you have double rounds here.
Yeah, exactly. So with this time control, one round can last maybe four if it's a long round, 4.5 hours. And if you have 2 rounds per day, it would otherwise be just completely exhausting, probably not even possible.
Yeah, I mean, we already saw some of the players were pretty exhausted, and when you're exhausted, typically mistakes happen. But yeah, today everything ends, and this is yet another very good reason why everybody's coming here to Piarno. It's not just because you have very nice restaurants, the Baltic Beach is very close, and the vibe feels quite amazing. But 17,500 euros have been allocated for prizes for both events. But of course, the biggest chunk goes away for the main event, the Classical Open A, and the winner is going to walk away with 2,500 euros. But as you can see, there's many more prizes. Top 8 finishers get something. There's also special prizes for women, juniors, seniors, best Estonians, and yeah, feels great.
Yeah, exactly. It's good motivation for everyone to still fight for something.
And today we are finally getting to the, as I already said, the final round. Nothing else is happening in this tournament except maybe for the Rapid and Blitz event, which is starting right after the end of the classical tournament. We are going to see some more players, startup players, like for example, Latvian chess legend Alexei Shirov is coming to play here. Also, Daniel Friedman and some other very strong players. Already saw a couple of them here in Piano, getting ready for the Axford the time control game. So the Chessville is ongoing until officially Sunday, but the broadcast, the viewers, ends today.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, exactly how you said. We have more GMs, and it's gonna go on, and players can. I think we might have live from the rapid event as well, but no broadcast.
Yeah, so no broadcast, but the live games will continue. And now let's go look what do we have, because we are sticking to our tradition. We tuning in to the coverage 1 hour after the round has started. It started officially 10 a.m. Estonian time 1 hour ago. And the top match on the top board, of course, it's all about the Zheng Zhengzheng, the sole leader of the event, facing Toivo Keinonen, the young international master from Finland. And the situation in the tournament is as follows. The Chinese Grandmaster is leading the event with 7 points out of 8. No losses, 2 draws. In the second place, it's actually not Toivo Keinonen, it's Valery Kazakowski, the Grandmaster from Lithuania. He has 6.5 points out of 8, half a point behind the tournament leader, and Keinonen is on 6 points. So there's a couple of players with 6 points. I believe it was Keinonen and Kraken, yeah?
Kraken, yes, 2 players.
Even Kraken, yeah, with 6 points out of 8, exactly. And I checked the tie breaks. So for Keinonen, it is still technically possible to win the event. So first thing he needs to do to win against Zheng on demand with the black color to catch him and hope that the tie breaks will be good.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, definitely not an easy task. We've seen
No.
how the Chinese Grandmaster has been playing so far. Super solid. I don't think he even has been in any real trouble in any of the games. So, yeah, Toivo has a hard task ahead.
It's not gonna be easy. And we mentioned very briefly, Margaret, at the very beginning, there is a norm alert. Sadly, not for Tova Cannon.
Yes.
Because he had this unfortunate situation that in the very first round, his opponent did not arrive. And this means that this game is not counted towards the norm. So you can still make the norm out of 8 games. There have been some
Yep.
changes in the federal regulations, but unfortunately, even if he wins this, he
Yes.
cannot do this. He cannot get the final GM norm. So it's all about trying to win the event or try to get at least as great prize money as possible. And as you can see, the position is chaotic enough. And a couple of moves ago, Kanan actually sacrificed a piece.
Yeah, that's true. Right now, the material balance has been kind of restored, but we saw some action happening beforehand.
Exactly. So this is the current position. I think it's the dust is gonna settle down in a moment. So technically, black at the moment has an extra pawn, but I have a feeling it's gonna disappear. Like the pawn on e4, white can easily play knight e6, knight e4. The king is really safe. And my first impression is that for black, it's going to be very difficult to win this.
Yeah.
So he went for a risky line. He was gambling a bit, but from what I can tell from the first moves is that the Chinese Grandmaster handled the situation really well.
Yeah, that looks that way. I mean, Toivo has not spent a lot of time, so it was probably some calculated risk that he wants to try to win this game. But we've seen from the Chinese Grandmaster that if he gets the opportunity, he's not going to just take a draw and bail out, right? So he's going to play for the win as well.
Exactly, because the tournament situation is as follows. He is half a point ahead of Valery Kazakowski, but Kazakowski, if I'm not terribly mistaken, he had the better tiebreak.
Yeah, it's a 1 point difference right
1 point
now,
difference.
so it can change.
So it's a coin toss, essentially. You're not sure. So, I mean, of course, Zen could be playing very solid, make a draw, and then we're going to talk about, obviously, also the other game where Kazakowski is a favorite, pretty big favorite in his matchup. He today plays with the white color against Avin Kraken. So if he draws and Kazakowski wins, maybe he doesn't win the event. And I'm pretty sure that right now, this is his top priority, try to win the event, because for the Chinese Grandmaster, his top 3 placement is pretty much secured. I don't think that anybody can really toss him out of this. So he has to try to play for the win.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe also because the prizes are shared with the heart systems, so if he wins outright, he will just get those 2.5K, which, I mean, would be great, right? But if there's some sharing, then yeah, it will be divided a little bit at least.
Sharing is not caring, at least in chess. So you want not to share. You want to get the sole prize money. But let's go back to the very beginning. And the opening was the French defense, which I think is one of the pet weapons of the young Finn. He really likes to play. And yeah, we've been wondering about when is he finally going to become a GM, because it feels that Toivo is like somewhere there at the GM strength. His skills at accurate down controls are amazing, but somehow in classical chess, he's missing this one element.
Yeah.
So far. So this is one of the most fighting lines. F4, C5, Knight F3, Knight C6, Bishop E3, Queen B6. And here white has some choices, but Knight A4, Queen A5, C3 is like a very, very solid setup for white.
Yeah, definitely, I agree.
White wants to take on C5, and then fight for the control to dark squares. Also, you see black has maybe some long-term problems with the light square bishop.
That can happen in the French, yeah.
Yeah, like in the French, in the Catalan, we sometimes get that, yeah. Okay, so B6 was played, keeping the tension. White played Bishop D2, which, again, I have not visited this line for a very long time, but it seems this was one of the main lines. I guess somehow stopping C takes and C takes, so that the center is more intact. C4, B4, and this is the moment when black decided to sacrifice a piece.
Yeah.
So he decided to take it, bishop b4, not enough material for the piece, which is only 2 pawns, but I think Kananen's idea was try to unbalance the position as much as he can, and then somehow in the long term bank on the power of his passed pawns at the queen side.
Yeah, exactly. There are, I think, similar ideas with the reversed colors as well, and like maybe some Catalan ideas even as well. So like it's a common idea that you threaten to sacrifice or
Yeah.
yeah, sacrificing on b4.
And this, by the way, happened. Everything was done very quickly. And already here, somewhere around the stage, the Chinese grandmaster started to spend time.
Mm-hmm.
So he played Queen c2. Probably he was surprised. Knight c3 is the threat. Black has to take it. You have to take with the knight, otherwise the knight on a4 is hanging. b5, only move knight a3, b4. All of this was done very quickly. And around this stage here, Canaan had 1 hour and 30 minutes on the clock, and White had already spent half an hour, maybe even more. That was the last time I checked it.
Mm-hmm.
And at this moment here, the Chinese grandmaster came up with this move.
Oh,
Knight e4.
I mean, double exclam, yeah?
That's a double exclam, yeah.
But I think one of the important points is that he's a piece up. So maybe the one benefit when you're a piece up is if you find the situation where it's good to sacrifice it back, you have that opportunity to actually sacrifice it back for some material. And yeah.
Yeah, so his idea is to dominate the position, give the check on d6, give up back the piece, but fight for the initiative. I'm not entirely sure if there's anything terribly wrong with the move knight e1.
Yeah.
Probably nothing. Yeah, like knight e1, continue with bishop e2, shoot castle, knight e3, and you see engine kind of likes it, but this also maybe gives black a bit of room for some complications.
Yeah.
And this knight c2 e4, this was a really amazing way to turn around the table and say, I want to control action. I don't want to have a spicy position because no, black doesn't have a choice.
Yeah. You have to basically accept that. Yeah. D6 is a threat.
This also seems to be necessary.
Yeah.
b3, force the queens off the board. And not knight a5, by the way, which you would have thought is the main move. Because after a b takes on c2, surprisingly, this knight on a5 is not that well positioned, and you want it landed on a d6. Yep. So that's why White played queen d2 instead, which is a very interesting move.
Yeah.
Still threatening to land the knight on d6. Black has no choice. Take, of course, with the king.
Yep.
And b2.
Okay, so black is still technically a pawn up, but probably at least one of the pawns is gonna drop. And d6 check is gonna happen at some point. I see in the game they've already played the d6 check, which the computer actually doesn't agree. Yeah?
Yeah. Knight d6 check and king e7. That is the position. Yeah, rook b1. That's the position. But can we maybe go back here a bit and try to understand? First, why black gives up the pawn. Why he doesn't take the pawn on a2. So this is also for the viewers, I think, quite important to understand. So black is technically up a pawn. So why does he give up the pawn on b2?
Yeah.
And from a position where he's up a pawn, he's willing to play position down a pawn.
That's true. Okay, so let's check the variation. Yeah, you take.
I suspect, I could be wrong, the problem could be that black has some long-term problems with his bishop. Meaning, let's say white takes it, or let's say white plays, maybe there's
bishop
c4. Yeah. You could have some problems here with this bishop. Actually, engine doesn't agree with this move. There must be maybe something quite concrete. Oh, there is a very concrete move. So rook a2 is good, but it's actually bishop b5.
Yeah.
So the idea is if you play a6.
c6 then? Oh, no.
Yeah. You just immediately want to play rook c1, rook c7.
And black's pieces are kind of out of play. The king is somewhat weak or weird in the center, and the bishop is the problem piece as well.
Exactly. So that's why black cannot really afford to take on a2 because it opens up the a file, allows the white rook to join the game. And b2 is what we call a deflection. So black wants you to take on b2 because if you take on b2, probably black will have the time to bring out the bishop. Let's say bishop b7, or maybe there's even a better move, knight b6.
Yeah.
Dominate this knight. Let's say you play knight c4, bishop c4, followed by something like bishop b7, bishop d5, and black is fine. Or maybe there's also some knight e5 move, get the knight on a beautiful outpost, king e7.
Yeah.
You lost a pawn, but you gained some tempi.
Yeah, exactly. And now actually the e4 pawn is not that easy to get back. Yeah, because
Yeah.
before it looked like, oh, it's weak, white will get it anyways, but in this position, not that easy anymore.
It's not. So that's why white played knight e6 check. That engine doesn't like for some reason. And I can very quickly once again check what was the more accurate move. Apparently it was rook b1. And if I play king e7, play rook b2.
Okay.
Keep the knight here. And what is the difference if I give you a check here and play rook b1?
Something concrete for black. Yeah?
Ah, black can still play rook b8.
So he hangs on to his b2 pawn, and actually it's, again, not that easy to get it back.
Wait, but then I have a question. So why can't I play here rook b8?
That's a great question.
Apparently you take it, knight b6, knight c4, and this is better for white. I mean, okay, the engine tends to change its mind a bit, and it goes back to like slightly better for white.
Yeah.
It's not a big difference, so I wouldn't immediately jump in and say that, oh, knight e6 is a big mistake, but after rook b8, black does keep the pawn on b2 alive for the time being.
Yeah. And I think rook b8 is also the move that you kind of want to play with black, because you're protecting your pawn, and it's not like there's something else that would be really tempting to you. Some knight b6 maybe, but yeah.
Knight b6, yeah? You said here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not trying to think what other moves could Taiva think about.
Yeah, but rook b8 seems to be pretty automatic,
yeah, exactly. You want to protect your pawn, right, if possible.
Yeah. But why is it thinking? Maybe he is thinking a bit further.
Okay.
Let's say I play bishop b5.
Can I go like a6? Where are you going to put your bishop?
Here.
Here.
Some problems with this bishop. That's why I'm not sure.
I can try some rook b4 ideas at some point. Probably doesn't work yet, but yeah, because king c3 is with a tempo, and which, yeah, I'm just gonna lose a tempo like this.
Yeah, according to the engine, black is better. I was thinking, is there room for some? There's no knight f6.
Knight f6, yeah.
Knight f6,
strikes, but,
knight f6 is knight c8. I thought there's room for this, but you're just losing a piece.
Yeah.
The point was, if you take it, I take it. But no, not like this.
Yeah, knight b6 also probably doesn't make that much sense, because you, after that, you also don't have any tricks with knight c4, because the knight takes back and the rook's not hanging.
Yeah, maybe I have to show this, yeah. So this doesn't work. The rook is protected. Well, but then it's not so clear why. So let's check the current position. Yeah, it's still not played. Rook b8, bishop b5, a6, and bishop c6. Why this suddenly is so good for black? I mean, white still hasn't won the pawn.
But what about some f5 ideas? I'm just saying that I am protecting all my pawns. I understand I'm ruining my pawn structure, but a pawn is a pawn, maybe?
A pawn is a pawn. Yeah, you're up a pawn.
Yeah.
And you don't want to go back. So maybe you can try to win it with something like king c3? But this feels a bit odd.
Then I've at least made some progress, yeah? Like my e4 pawn is never going to be captured anymore, so I just have to worry about the b2 pawn.
Yeah. We could get to something like this potentially.
Yeah, it's not. No, it's like what is a good knight? What is a good bishop? Bad bishop?
That's a great question. Yeah, is this knight a great knight, or it's actually a pretty useless knight?
Yeah.
That's the big question. So black is gonna get a bishop on d5. The e-pawn is rolling forward. So knight e6 is an inaccuracy. And Toivo might have a shot here, because when I saw this position, I think it was somewhere here.
Yeah.
It felt like white has got everything under control. That you cannot probably lose this. But this knight e6 was a bit hasty move after all.
Yeah.
So the move order was important. Again, rook b1, rook b8, take on b2, take on b2 here. Most likely knight b6, knight c4. And perhaps because of this pawn, white has some pressure. And maybe this is what Toivo knew. And now, like knight e6, king e6, rook b1, he's like, wait a second, this move doesn't exist. So it gives you like two kinds of different feelings, contradicting feelings. Feeling number one is, I'm out of the prep, oh no. Feeling number two, since I don't know this move, probably it's not supported by the engine.
Yeah, that's a good point. And then maybe it's, if this is actually the first time that he's thinking, it makes sense that he's spending some time because he was blitzing out before, so he probably isn't like fully in the game with his mind yet. So he might need some time to, yes, he's stretching, he's trying to get into the vibe, yeah?
Yeah. He's trying to figure out how to continue. Feeling pretty comfortable. He got the game. All right, so it's definitely an exciting game, which might decide the fate of the winner in this tournament, or the winner might be also coming from the game of Valery Kazakowski against Avin Grunkraken, which is board number 2, because Kazakowski is only half a point behind the tournament leader.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, the two leaders, they both got white in the last game, so they have everything in their own hands, yeah?
And if I saw it correctly, then Black played the Budapest Gambit. I love it. Budapest Gambit.
Okay.
That's a pretty rare guest at the highest level.
Yeah, against Grandmasters, yeah.
Yeah, Kraken felt that he can gamble a bit. So this is the current position. But speaking about the norms, I don't think that he can get any norms because his performance right now was a bit below the threshold, I think.
Yeah, the performance, there might even be some questions about that. Or if he would win, it would be like 7 out of 9. But the issue with Kraken is that he only has one IM title player and one GM title player, and you need 3.
You're right. So he doesn't have that the standard requirement.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So he has got no draws in the event, yeah?
Yeah, that's true. He actually had a kind of a slow start. He lost in the second game against Teravitisiana, but now he's on a winning streak. He won 3 games in a row.
Okay, all right. And the last round he defeated his countryman, Ostenson. We saw it also live, obviously we're covering the game. Okay, let's go back from the very beginning, e5. The Budapest Gambit, which at the GM level is like a rare guest. And I think there's a common knowledge between the players that white easily gets some sort of a pressure with this move. Knight f3, bishop c5, and white is not holding on to the pawn. Like that's like the common knowledge here, because white could of course try to play f4, which is an ugly move, and black most likely will get a very good gambit with something like d6 or first bishop c5 and d6. So people don't hold on to this pawn. This is why immediately white plays knight c3, and he says, you can take the pawn on e5 whenever you can. I just know that Stockfish likes my position.
Fair point, yeah.
Castles, bishop e2, takes, 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 shoot castle. And in this position, I think that one of the most common ideas, which is very characteristic for the Budapest, is to play a5, rook a6, and rook h6. Which surprisingly very often works. But I see that the young Norwegian decided not to go for this, and he played rook e8. Which is reasonable, I suppose.
Yeah, makes sense, yeah, can't be wrong.
King h1. I suppose white wants to grab the center with f4, e4, so remove the king from some potential pin. d6, but now instead of f4, which I would have thought was the original idea, like here, here, and here.
It looks good, yeah, you have a lot of space with white.
Yeah. Suddenly here, white changed his mind. He played knight f4. Which is a bit odd.
But maybe it was concretely because black played d6. So before black played d6, it's not really an idea because you can save your bishop.
Yeah, you can escape it. But by the way, even this position probably is sort of playable with some c5 or some b3, and you claim that this bishop is not doing anything. But yeah, you're right. Knight f4 is a concrete idea. The bishop cannot escape.
Yep.
That's why black played queen h4, tried to go after the white king. Some knight g4 stuff, some rook e6, rook h6 scare, go checkmate. White immediately reacted, played f3, take away the g4 square.
Yeah.
Also queen e1 is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And black played bishop d7, take on c5, take on c5. There's the queen e1.
Yep.
So black was like, okay, there's not going to be a checkmate. White wants to play e4, bishop e3, get the bishop out. So let's try the queens.
Issues, yeah.
Rook d8, b3, and bishop c8. That's the position.
Okay. So white has two bishops, but black claims that the knight is also good, yeah?
Yeah, the knight d5 is a beast. All of black's pieces are positioned really well.
And maybe like the e3 pawn is not a weakness yet, but the issue is if you go e4, then I get the d4 square for my knight. Yep.
Probably. Because I think that this bishop c8, it sort of signals towards knight e3.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be thinking, oh yeah, but I could play e4, bring out my dogs with bishop, and if you play knight e3, I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna play bishop f4, we have obstacle of bishops, but it feels like I have an extra pawn, no risk.
Some pressure, yeah.
Yeah, but you're right. Knight c6 could be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe this is the only reason why Kazakowski is not yet playing e4.
Yeah.
So he's thinking, like, do I like this knight on d4? I mean, I kind of don't, because let's say bishop e3, knight e4, the last thing I will ever do is to take on d4, because this pretty much means I'm playing for a draw here.
Yeah.
Like c5, b6, you have worse bishop, no perspective. Because also Kazakowski is in the situation where, for him, a draw means he pretty much has zero chances to win the tournament. Like, there is the scenario if he draws, if Zheng loses his game against Kanan, and then they're shared first to third place. Yeah, all of the three players have 7 points out of 9, and of course also, wait, Kraken is 6.5 then, yeah.
Yep.
So for him, a draw, it's very unlikely he's gonna win the event, so he needs to win.
Yeah, but I mean, he's definitely like keeping one eye on the first board as well. So depending on what their result is, he might like adjust his thoughts or what he wants to do as well.
I think so. Yeah.
And same for Zhang. Like probably if Kazakowski would offer a draw, then Zhang would be like, yeah, I can do a draw. And
immediately.
Right?
Draw.
Yes.
King g1, by the way, was a smart choice by Kazakowski, because now I'm pretty sure he's going to take on d3 and play e4.
Yeah.
And immediate knight d3 by Kraken. Wait a second. Was this really necessary?
I mean, I guess this was his plan, so that's what... And maybe he was trying to say that he has no smart moves, really? To wait for e4? Which I'm not sure.
I was thinking if there's a room for f5.
Okay.
Like, I know it looks a bit ugly, but the point is, I thought that knight e3 takes, white has some pressure after e4. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe there's, again, maybe here is where you play f5.
Okay, and if I either there or go e5,
e5 you wanted to do, yeah?
I don't know, I want my protected pass pawns.
Yeah, but now this is blocked.
Everything is blocked and I have no... Yes.
And black controls the only open file.
That's a very good point.
It's a risk-free position for black. Actually, I picked black here.
Yeah.
Like a6, b5, some queens at play. It's, of course, that equal. Like, I was thinking, I want to create this pass pawn, but I think that black can eliminate this pawn as quickly as possible. Like, takes, and most likely there's some rook d4, rook e1, and I would not be shocked if this is just a draw. Oh wait, it's not a draw because of rook e7.
Yeah.
Okay, so not that brutal, but this should be somehow drawing. We might see this actually, because I mean, if we go back here, okay, trade happened. No, wait, it didn't happen.
They changed the other bishops.
It didn't happen.
Yeah.
He did not take on d3. So Kazakowski did not want to go for obstacle of bishops.
Okay, yeah.
He's banking on the extra pawn on the king's side. Actually, Yeah, why not? Why not?
Then okay, I understand I can't take the pawn immediately. Let's say I go, yeah, we can check that maybe, yeah. Or like show that.
You can't do
Yes,
this. Yeah,
exactly.
that's why there's the background issue.
So let's say I include king f8 maybe.
Now that's a threat, and white plays king f2.
Yes, because I don't think that now you want to go e4 immediately, right? Because
Um,
maybe at some point,
at some point,
but you can wait with the diff possible.
I think e4 is not going to disappear anywhere unless
Yeah.
black plays a5.
Yeah.
So this is the best that apparently Kozakowski could have done, and that's the fallout of his move knight a4.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's probably pretty happy with this, and there's a common joke between professionals: you go with the youngsters to the endgame. That's what he's doing. He's going with the youngster to an endgame. Objectively, he has nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he would have some advantage if these pawns were not on the color of his bishop,
Yeah.
and also on the color of the opponent's bishop. And black will play b6, a5, set up some Berlin position,
Just say I stand.
and stand. And I think black can also trade the rooks to the d file. So if Kozakowski wants to make a progress here, he cannot trade both rooks. That's what I would think. Because very often you need this one rook to generate some targets.
Yeah.
So let's say we have this position, and black plays king f8.
King f8 makes sense. Yeah.
Here, king e7, and threatens to trade both rooks. White already needs to do something about it. So perhaps trade one pair of rooks and keep the other one on the board.
Yeah.
And play this position forever. Like e4, king e3, f4, bishop f3, watch out for the rook. Use the rook to open up the king side, generate targets, and at some point trade the other rook if you have to. Because if you do it quite early, you do it right here, I don't believe you can make any progress here. Because, okay, you have the extra pawn on the king side, but how on earth are you going to generate any targets?
Yeah.
So you need this rook.
Yeah. And you still have to be a little bit careful about not losing their queenside pawns as well.
Which is another thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so black, of course, is going to seek some counterplay, try to create a pass pawn. You see, engine even says there's nothing here completely. I mean, I don't need an engine for that. So it's also one of my favorite strategies when it comes to the endgames. When you have a bit of a pressure, always keep at least one rook on the board, because you try to open up things, create a second front to the king side. You don't have the rook, forget about it.
Yeah. Maybe he's also like trying to play a little bit on the clock, because I mean the time situation is not critical yet, but it's, I mean, he has 24 extra minutes, yeah, so trying to maybe play the long game, get the young opponent into some sort of a time travel-ish.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know. I'm not also sure if Kozakowski is super happy about this.
Yeah.
Like, is he happy about this? Like, okay, you have some pressure, but he feels like he is himself in a must-win situation.
Probably.
And the position for black is quite simple.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
That's fair.
Okay, he did play knight a4. This is the position he got. But...
I mean, he also probably didn't prepare against the Budapest Gambit.
Yeah, he didn't know. He didn't know. That's fair. That's fair. But that's the position we have. The entire game is still ahead of us, so let's move on. Let's check more games. There's a very interesting game, potentially, in board number 3, where Thomas Pavlaitis is playing against Thomas Larushas. Two Thomases are playing against each other. It's a Lithuanian derby. And if I heard it correctly, it's a coach versus student.
Yeah, it should be. They're even, like, they came here together. They're sharing the room as well. So Larushas took his student with him. They did the same last year as well, so they came together. And it's also a very important match for the white player, because he has had a really good tournament and he has some possibilities for an IM norm. But what he needs is a draw, at least, or a win. So
both of them stand at 5.5 points.
Yes.
So, what do you do? What do you do in this situation? Well, I have been in this situation myself. When you are playing in an open tournament against your student and you have conflicted feelings. Because, like, from one side, you're a coach, you want to see your student succeed. Yes, you're very happy about him.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you're also a professional player. You're thinking about yourself.
Yeah.
Like, that's what happens. And you're thinking about the prize. And I'm not entirely sure if also a draw is really such a great result for Larushas, because looking at the standings right now, So Zeng is ahead of everyone else with 7 points. Kazakowski is 6.5 points.
Yeah.
Then we have a couple of players. I think it was Kainanen and Kraken with 6,
Yeah.
and 3 players with 5.5. So
Yeah.
if he draws this, and right now La Rochas is on a shared 5th place, he's probably gonna dip below.
Yeah.
Like maybe not 5th, maybe 6th, maybe 7th. But if he wins, potentially he can try to catch top 3.
That's a very good point. Because also like his tiebreak right now, it's good compared to the other guys on 5.5 points. But if I look at the guys who have 5 points, there are a lot of people who have better tiebreaks because they played on the top boards and then maybe lost some games. But yeah, so if he does a draw, like it might be that he's even out of the top 8.
So it puts him probably in a quite difficult situation. And I think they have simply agreed they're going to fight it out.
Yeah.
Which probably is fair to the student and to the coach, and just see what happens. And as I said, I once also was in a pretty similar situation, but this was not the final round. This was round 8, where I was playing against Nikita Meshkov, who was my student at the time. I think it was Riga Techno University Open 16, maybe. I think it was 2015, 16. And Nikita was going for the GM norm at the time. He was not a GM at the time. And we played in round 8. I was playing with the white color. And I thought that playing a draw was probably the right thing to do for the student. Because I thought, okay, I could draw this. I'd maybe try to win the final round with the black color, probably, and help my student. But at the same time, I was having also conflicted feelings because I thought, well, but then I'm damaging my own chances. So we kind of like, we didn't really talk about this, but we pretty much decided we are gonna battle it out.
Yeah.
We battled it out. I won the game. I ruined his chances to become to get the GM norm.
Yeah.
And in the final round, I drew the game, even actually without the big fight. And I think, how did I finish? Did I share the first place or something like that? Or maybe that was not even the year. I don't remember. But yeah, he was obviously not happy about it. But that's the way we took. He did become a GM in the very end. So I think it's also quite fair to the student, fair to everyone. You battle it out. No quick draws, no discounts for anyone, and just see what happens.
Yeah, I also think that's fair. And especially, I mean, there is the, 350-point rating difference in the end. And it's also maybe even from like Povilaitis' side, like if he would actually, play the game and draw the game and then get the norm like this, it would definitely feel so much better.
Absolutely.
Like you have fully deserved it.
But I felt bad back then. I remember. I felt bad
for sure.
because I remember I saw the upset, that the Nikita was upset about the loss at the time, and I felt pretty bad about it. But well, we are still competing, at the same time. So yeah, that's a very tricky relationship. Anyway, this game is proceeding. That's the position we have right now. And visually, I like La Roche's position because it seems that he's playing a really great Sicilian. Just look at this. H4, not H5, stopping whites at 4. Some dynamics here.
Some dynamics. He hasn't castled, which he probably isn't going to do because it would be just kind of complicated to do that, even in this position. So, yes, because then the knight is hanging, the pawn on h5, h4 would become a weakness, so probably no castling. The king is at least kind of safe in the center.
And also, La Roche's has a bit much better time management this game.
Yeah, compared to his previous games, yes. We've seen him being an hour down or something like that.
Because typically, if he would tune in move 18 for Thomas La Roche's, he would be down to like 15 minutes or something.
Yeah. Maybe 30 and the opponent is like 130 or something.
Yeah, but here he is much faster, actually, ahead on the clock. Okay, just very quickly, I want to check the opening phase. This was Sicilian Paulsen. Knight c3.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay, so he's trying to get the opponent out of the prep. Okay, this is... Yeah, this is some random stuff. I don't think you prepare this. You just try to get your opponent playing into his own. Bishop d3, knight c6. I don't even know what kind of operation is this. Why decide to go for some simple chess? Queen e2, bishop e7, king h1, h5. Yeah, h5. Yeah, that's the typical move, yeah?
Yeah.
h5, h4. Latvian chess legend Normans Mises really likes to play like this in Sicilian Paul, since engines don't like it.
Yep.
But I can tell you from my own experience, it's not so easy to prove black wrong.
Yeah. I've played similar things with black, and it's been like, okay, the computer says it's not good, and probably objectively it's not, but you get some dynamics. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point. Exactly. It's all about the dynamics, because people play the Sicilian to take over the game. They don't play Sicilian to equalize.
Mm.
Like, this is also the thing. This is what you're trained when you play Sicilians. You don't look at the engine. You don't look at the relation bars so much, because if you want to equalize, play e4, e5. Play the Caracan. I don't know, but you don't play the Sicilian to equalize. So h5 makes perfect sense, because if you castle something like short, white plays a 4, bishop
Yeah.
d2, rook e1, white has a very easy game
Yeah.
at the center. So h5 adds this spice.
Mhm.
So this is why white played b4.
Whoa.
Yeah, actually, I
That's,
thought something classic was more in
yes.
order.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I would have played like bishop d2, h4, h3, rook e1, and think about the 4. But the point is, now black is trying to exploit
Yes,
this g3 weakness.
Exactly.
Oh, but b4, that's something thinking outside of the box.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a lot of those ideas
No.
in the Sicilian with white, yeah.
Oh, it's fun.
I
Why
mean,
not?
it would make sense if the pawn was on c4 as well, but
Yeah.
then it would be a completely different story. But here, well,
Okay. So I am not even sure what's the idea. Does he want to play b5 and what?
maybe, yeah.
Push back
Grab
the bishop,
some
yeah?
space, yes.
But it weakens so many squares.
I agree.
Okay. A very bold choice by Thomas Pavlaitis. Rook b1, h4, h3, knight h5. So LaRouche is not going to sit around. He is looking for his counterplay at the king side.
Yep.
a4, bishop f6.
Okay, but see, now the b4, it's making sense, right? In that order, it was really weird, but okay.
Somehow he made it work, yeah?
Yeah.
And queen of 3. Okay. That's the last move we have.
Where did he go queen of 3?
I suppose to stop knight f4.
Okay, yeah, fair.
I slightly don't like this move, but I think it's part of a rearranging maneuvers.
Yeah.
I think he wants to play knight e2, queen e3, f4.
Okay, then
I think so.
Then that makes sense, yes.
And he didn't play queen here because potentially black will
Some
maybe
bishop f4.
bishop
Yeah.
f4. Yeah, bishop f4, g5, etc.
Mhm.
So queen f3, it's a bit of a slower move, but we'll see. And this is also a very interesting moment for LaRochas, because do you commit to g5? Because that's the kind of move I think very often the black does in these positions. You play g5, you want to dominate the dark squares, but at the same time you're thinking, am I not burning the bridges here? Because now my king is never going to feel safe.
Yeah.
Do I need to move g5? If I don't play g5, where's my dynamics?
That's a good point. Because the rook has the a file, but it's not like anything's happening there really. So I think black has to play on the king side somehow at least.
Otherwise, what's the knight doing on h5?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you can play g6. Protect the knight and get the king on g7 something.
Yeah.
Where do you put the king?
Probably keep it there for now, but then you can't really open things up, yeah?
Do you play queen f6?
Okay, that's a concrete move now, yeah?
It's a concrete move, and you also lose part of your dynamics. And this is when you switch your positional game, your dynamic game to a bit more positional game. Queen f6 makes perfect sense, actually.
Probably forces the queen trade.
Exactly. So let's say I go here. And
Well,
with what do you take?
Yes.
I kind of like the knight here.
Yeah.
Maybe with the bishop. To play g5 and knight f4. You can't play f4, there's going to be knight g3.
Yep.
Actually, this looks very reasonable.
Yeah.
So if queen f6, maybe knight e2 is a move.
Okay, trying to claim that exchanging the queens on f3, doubling the pawns is not really a big deal. Because I can't go g5 and then you go f4 and then, yeah.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And if you don't take on f3, what do you do? Maybe you still play g5. Try to fight for these squares and take, and...
Bishop. Yep.
Or do you take it, actually? No, I have a feeling the black is really well here. Like, somehow, Queen of 6, it resonates well with me because you play G5, then maybe white will have the opportunity to decline the queen trade.
Yeah, keep the queens on the board.
Yeah, like here, and maybe
some
Queen G4.
Yep. Oh, the G5 is actually somewhat under threat, yeah. So you have to...
But maybe it's still the same. I don't know. This is also looking interesting. Queen of 6 is interesting. Somehow Queen of 6 feels a bit more natural to me.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if this pawn on b5 stands really so great for white, because there's no squares that you can attack.
Yeah.
The knight on c3 feels useless, so that's the first thing I would try to improve with white. Maybe knight d1, knight d3, knight c4. Maybe this is what he's thinking about.
That's, yeah, another idea.
But if you play knight d1 now, I'm going to take an occupied f4 square, which doesn't feel right.
Yes, that's why knight on e2 was at least protecting against that.
So let's say knight e2 and I play g5. Or what was the idea? I think it was like this.
Yes, yep. And then if I went queen g4, you went knight f4, yeah? And
but maybe I can take it now.
Okay.
And the f4 doesn't work. But it doesn't work.
Then you have to take with the bishop, and you don't want to do that.
Exactly. There's a fork. And I don't want to give up the bishop, because black will be able to establish a monstrous southpost. Okay, so I see clear ideas for Larushas, but not so clear ideas for Pavlaitis here. I'm still thinking that this b4, b5 was a bit too much. Like, I love the spirit, but I kind of don't see what he accomplished at the queen side.
Yeah.
I still would have preferred the classical bishop d2, rook e1 stuff.
Yeah, I agree. But can we check one more thing? If you go queen f6 and the same line, and I went knight e2, you went g5. If I go queen g4 and you went to f4, what if I trade everything? I take with the knight. What do you take with?
Because maybe with the g pawn.
Yeah, try to keep things on the board, Graham.
I love this bishop.
Because my goal was, if I, again, keeping in mind that white player probably wouldn't mind a draw for norm, then if I can exchange everything, I'm trying to claim that I'm getting closer to a draw, but probably not. Yeah, this bishop is...
This is one of the worst bishops ever.
The only use of it is to defend.
I can make it even worse with f3, of course, but it's just terrible bishop.
Yeah.
No, I don't think you can force a draw like this.
Okay. Then that's fair, yeah.
But and this, by the way, this trade also makes sense for black. I mean, I thought you want to keep the bishop here. Like, it controls the a-file, it dominates the bishop, sort of, but yeah, maybe this is something very concrete. Maybe the name was this last bishop. So just this big surprise, concrete game. G5 is played. Okay, G5. And Ninja doesn't like it, by the way.
And we can get to kind of probably similar positions with different move order if he now goes. Like, you're not forced to go 92, but...
You know what it doesn't like? Because now white is not obliged to play 92.
Yeah.
Now white can play 91.
Okay, and the f4 square is irrelevant.
Sort of, I'm rerouting the knight. And if you play queen f6, I take it, you have to protect the pawn. Here, knight e3, and it's not the same.
Okay.
White is getting a lot of counterplay against the pawn on d6. So if we would have started with, instead of g5, we started with queen f6, you can't play 91. Because I take it f3 and dominate f4 square. And if you take it and now play 91, now it kind of feels slow because black is not obliged to play g5.
Yeah, you're basically like one tempo.
One tempo. Yeah. So let's say king e7, knight e3, and I have a feeling black will be able to stop this.
Yeah, or even some bishop b5 or something.
Bishop d4, bishop c5, knight f4.
Yes.
Big difference.
Yep.
Big difference. So Russia's just committed to a small mistake. And let's see if Pavlaitis will be able to pick up the 91 maneuver. I think it should be possible, because you ask yourself, what do I do when I don't know what to do?
Improve the pieces.
Improve the pieces.
And the knight is the
prime candidate.
Yes, exactly. The easiest piece to improve, kind of.
Okay.
So he might be still thinking about like 92 or something because it probably was his idea before, but now as we discussed, 91 makes more sense.
But 92 is such a defensive move. Like
Mm,
you think about how I'm protecting
yes,
the four square,
yes.
but
When
you
you
should
get
be
scared,
thinking, how do I improve my
of
pieces?
course, yes.
Yeah. All right. It's
But
actually a very instructive moment here.
mhm.
So the move order does matter in chess. Let's move on.
Yep.
Board number 3. This was essentially a title alert for I am norm for Thomas Pavlaitis. So he needs a draw
Yep.
to get there. And Lojushas is playing for the win to get a higher price.
Mm-hmm.
Let's check board 4.
Yep.
Nikolai Maxim Ostensen against Krzysztof Jakubowski, who is staging his comeback after a disastrous start.
That's what I was telling you. See, he has some slower starts, but he always finishes well. So definitely the last round and Krzysztof Jakubowski is something to like look out for.
But he has a terrible tiebreak.
That's yes. I think I was checking it as well, and it was really bad.
Yeah.
It was like 10 points worse than some other players.
Because he lost like 2 games in a row at the very beginning.
Very beginning, like second and third round, yeah.
Because he had 1 point out of 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then he managed to win how many games in a row? 3 games, yeah?
Yeah, now it's been 3 games in a
row.
row.
4.5 points out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
Of the last 5 games, 4.5 for the Polish Grandmaster.
Yes. But that's where the horde system comes in useful, at least a little bit for the sharing the prizes. So if he wins, he's still gonna get a decent prize, I think. So
yeah. Okay. So here, Ostensen is trying to recover after yesterday's loss against Kraken. He was definitely very unhappy, visibly unhappy in the camera.
Yeah.
So he had been having a great tournament so far, and okay, definitely he wasn't planning to lose against his compatriot. So this is the position we have right now. What do we make of this? 37 minutes for black.
Yeah.
The position is dynamic enough. There's knights.
Some imbalances, pawn structures. Or I mean, both have ideas. Yeah, it's
Checkmate into threat, by the way.
that's a pretty good threat. Yes.
You have to address this.
So go back with the king or go f3, one of those. Yeah.
I would think about like f3. Also
E4?
invite some e4.
Mm.
The only drawback maybe is the e3 weakness.
Yeah.
So I would be thinking, but
Yeah,
f3 looks natural.
Yeah, and I don't think I can go some f4 immediately, so I think some things are probably getting a bit
I
loose.
think I just take it.
Yep, and my e6 pawn is gonna get loose.
Yeah, takes, and I feel there's no attack and there's just weaknesses everywhere. Why would I take with the pawn? Because if I take with the knight, there might be some big surprise.
Yes, that was the plan.
Even though somehow I guess white is okay.
Yeah, but you don't want to go there, probably.
No.
So. Okay, they have f3 is on the board and rook c8 is on the board as well.
Okay. That is the position. White would love to exploit the weakening of the c6 square, but he probably can't.
Yeah, the knight is very far away. Guess you would also want to kind of open your bishop up a little bit more, so the e4 moves at some point make a lot of sense.
How about right now? So I give up the c file, which doesn't seem to be super relevant, to play e4.
Go e4. Okay, I'd probably take it, yep.
Seems to be logical.
Now I probably have to move my knight.
Try to attack this pawn.
Yes, I'm trying to somehow claim that the pawns in the center are becoming a weakness. Potentially, somehow.
Somehow I like black more.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I have a feeling white potentially could have a bad bishop. Like d5 maybe.
Yeah.
If you take, I take. If you play e5, I start the maneuver with my knights. I don't know where. Maybe here. Try to get to this pawn. Maybe knight h7, knight g5.
Yeah.
Maybe there's even room for some pawn sacrifice. I was thinking about this, but like, what does it give me? But it's getting a bit concrete. Yeah. Again, without super deep analysis, I can't. That's a perpetual. That's a draw. Queen h5. No. Do something better. Maybe
some h5.
I can play for mate. Maybe. Actually, I thought it's a draw. Maybe like this. Yeah.
Yeah, like this is probably drawing.
So this was your idea about e4, but by the way, it's not happening because knight f2 was played, and I think it's better.
Yeah. Like he might still play e4 at some point, but he's preparing it a little bit because the knight on h3 was not doing anything anyways.
Yeah.
And he probably had to like make it come to life somehow, so that makes sense.
And if you take it, the bishop's getting here to d2 just to have a bit more perspective.
Yeah, I can get the c line, but it's not like the queen is doing, like, I have no inroads.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everything is well protected. So that's why I don't think the black is automatically going to take on c1, because he's also not thinking, I want to improve my opponent's pieces for no good reason.
Yeah, like he might try to prepare it somehow. I don't know. Okay, I can't move the rook, but queen b7, rook c7, queen c8, that's super slow.
Yeah, maybe actually rook c7 immediately, like this.
Yeah, but there's some tactics, yeah. Somehow.
Maybe you can... Where's the tactics? You mean e4?
Yeah, okay, e4 is the one thing you have to calculate, but it probably, you take on c1, and then it's the similar position, yeah, and the e4 pawn might still at some point become a weakness.
It's again not very clear what with the knights. Attack this pawn or attack this pawn. Probably both of them are good.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the current position.
Oh, should we go back to the first part?
Yeah, I think we have to check. There's quite a big development on the top board. Zheng Zheng apparently has a large advantage against Toivo Keinonen, and it seems that the young Finn has misplayed something terribly.
I mean, it looks like he didn't.
He
went for knight b6, so he didn't go rook b8, which we thought was a super logical move. Protect his pawn, so he gave away the pawn, and now we got...
How did he get here?
Back.
Yeah, so we were here.
Yeah. He even didn't go
He
knight b6.
didn't play rook b8.
Yeah. That's the thing. I think the more he was thinking, the more likely it was that he's trying to do something else.
So he played f5.
Yeah.
Knight b6.
Oh.
What?
That's just feels a bit wrong. Yeah.
No, it just
you gave so much initiative.
It's just so wrong by so many reasons. What the hell happened here with Toivo?
Okay, maybe he didn't like rook b8, bishop b5, and he was thinking that he's running under I don't know what. Or he saw some... Can white simplify somehow? I don't think
No,
so.
but I think that's rook b8 you need it anyway.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it's a very logical move in general. Yeah?
You need this move. Like, it's just you play this move and then you figure things out. I don't think it was knight e4 that he was afraid of. Like, we talked about this bishop b5.
Yeah.
But a6, you keep the pawn alive.
Yeah.
It makes sense to keep the pawn on b2 alive so that white is thinking about how to get it back. Yeah. And then your idea, Margaret, was to play f5 here.
Yeah.
Like, maybe there's some other moves, but like this looks better.
It's the same thing, but better, yeah.
Yeah, like the pawn is alive. There's no... You can't immediately recapture. There's no rook c1, rook c7.
Yeah.
How on earth did he decide to go for this instead? This is so weird.
Because now the bishop is also going to be bad bishop. And I have to... Yeah.
That is very difficult to explain mistake.
Yeah.
Or maybe there was some... Or maybe he really didn't like knight e4.
Okay, so that could explain why f5 was played, but... That's what I was thinking. Maybe he saw that somehow white can draw this, but the thing is, I don't think that Zheng wants to draw as well, so it's not even that Toivo has to be super careful about that, yeah?
No, but this is super obvious. The black is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't know, okay, maybe like knight c3, try to eat the pawn, but like even here, I don't know, bishop c6, rook c8, you just feel the dynamics here. There's got to be something, yeah. That's a shocking mistake. Like, I can't explain it. Yeah, it's very strange.
Did he spend on this? Because that was the first time he was like...
30 minutes. 30 minutes. I don't know what happened here. Rook b2, knight b6, bishop b5. I suppose now you have to play bishop d7,
Yeah,
but white's going to play rook c1, rook c7 anyway.
Can't protect against rook c7 basically.
And instead he went for this. It's got to be based on some miscalculation here. Wait a second. So what happens after 95?
I assume you take a d7 and then they put the other rook in b7 and then
Actually, no.
Okay, I was thinking that I just take all the pawns and then it's good, but you have quite a bit of counterplay.
A lot of counterplay.
Yeah, that's fair.
So he must have miscalculated something. He probably felt that rook c7 is not a big deal because he plays 95 and he's great. Could it be that he just missed this quiet move, rook b7, which is, again, not that difficult? Keep the pin alive. White is not forced to get rid of the pin.
And if I go like a6 now?
Bishop a4. Actually, I was thinking even bishop c6 could be a move.
Yeah, and then I can't, like, exchange any rooks through b8, yeah?
And I was thinking, what happens if you win a pawn?
Yeah, if I have a pet position, I might as well, like, take as much as I can.
Yeah, I mean, it's under attack, so... But I think I might be winning just material with this direct move.
My rook is trapped. The one that should have been on b8, yeah? He's never getting to b8 anymore.
And, yeah, but this rook d8, it happened like after...
It's also weird. Was he planning on sacrificing it? That's also not...
wait. The sacrifice idea.
I mean...
This?
Yeah. I mean, that's one way to try to make sense of it, but it doesn't look like it's enough. Like, if I could get my pieces to play, then yeah, but I'm not sure that's gonna happen, yeah? Yeah, bishop c6 is a threat.
A string of strange moves happened here, like rook c8. Again, it's very difficult to explain rook c8 instead of bishop d7. Like, it feels you have to bring this bishop in the game, rook c1, and it kind of still feels risky. Now you play rook d8. Rook c7, rook d7. Yeah, this knight is a monster, but you have your counterplay, the pass pawn, and everything. Yeah, so even this was playable. But rook d8 here and rook c7, again, it's another difficult to explain move because he definitely was planning on knight e5. And now I think he realizes there's rook b7 here. So look at also his body language. It's like, what I'm doing here?
Yeah.
Like, his position just turned from completely playable position into terrible position, like 5 moves.
5 moves, exactly, yeah. And 2 mistakes, basically.
Yeah.
2 a little bit weird moves.
So this is... How do you get rid of this? King of Fate?
Yeah, but then you have to...
E3? Maybe you play E3?
Then you don't even have a pawn to suffer, yeah? Or...
Yeah, you obviously don't fall for it, yeah.
Yes. But I will go rook b7 and then take the pawn and... yeah.
But this might be the tournament decider then.
That's a very good point, yeah.
Because if Zheng wins this, it's over. That's it. So also maybe it's a signal to Kazakowski, like it's pointless. Yeah, like...
That's another thing I was thinking. Like, if Zheng wins, Kazakowski can basically, like, offer a draw and secure his second place if he wants to.
If he wants to.
Yeah, because he has a decent position.
Yeah, there's still, of course, the battle, the principal approach. You don't want to give away rating points.
Yeah, fair.
Maybe he's thinking about getting to 2600 elo. That's also another important goal. He's like 6 points shy. And right now in this tournament, he's gained how many points?
He's gaining 3.5 right now. So he's, unless he's played something before, he's not gonna get there with this one win, I think.
He's not,
He's gonna get like to 99, I think, or something like that.
What's his current rating on 94. The rating list?
94, but I can check on FIDE whether he's
right now. He could be getting to 26. Maybe he has gained some points someplace. So while we're talking about him, let's check his game before we go to the break. So Kazakowski versus Kraken. This is the second board. Potentially also a fight for winning the event, but it looks like the Chinese Grandmaster is going to decide everything on his own.
Yeah. You're correct, actually. So he played something in Warsaw, where he raised 2.7 points of rating.
Yes.
So he's at 97. So if he does a draw, he's not going to be above 2600. But if he wins, he's going to be.
Has he ever been 26?
I think so, probably. Let's see.
I'm not sure because he was always very close. He was always very, very, very close.
Yeah. He's been
He's
in
been, yeah?
2024 March.
Okay, he's been 26.
2608. Yep.
2608, okay. I mean, he's definitely a 26 level Kaliba player.
Yeah, so he's been around that for like a really long time already.
Yeah,
So.
very good player, keeps improving all the time, works very hard. And yeah, by the way, look at this position. This is the exact reason why you keep the rooks on the board, because we left it here.
Yep.
Somewhere here, yeah. So King of Fate, E4, Rook D4, H4. Black is doing everything as he's supposed to. Oh, G5.
Also, he did it to himself. He felt like he needed something active in.
I am not sure about that, because I think that White is having the majority of the king side, so
yeah.
White
You
is like
play there probably. Yeah.
getting somewhere. And this opening h5 kind of feels it favors White, because I might do some damage here, and controlling that the default doesn't matter.
But then wait, couldn't he try to include? Yeah, okay. Let's say he played g5. You take it, and if I take the rook, then you take with the bishop. Yeah?
Of course,
so
always
you
with the
keep
bishop.
one of them alive, and
otherwise,
then...
just a draw.
Yes, exactly.
So just immediate draw. So you need the one rook.
Yep.
So rook h1, and this was a mistake. Oh, he definitely missed this.
This is, yeah.
He definitely missed this. You can't take it. Check here, and either bishop f1 or f4.
Yeah.
That was not part of the plan. And now if you go back, what's the difference?
Maybe you put your rook to like d3, and then the h rook is still completely free, and black doesn't have any counterplay or something.
That's a beautiful move. Yeah, so now you start to activate your pieces. There's no counterplay. So black just lost 2 tempi. Yep. Very important tempi right here. So this position probably is good, but why do you open up the h file? For a good reason. And I think he also underestimated that White might give up the d file completely, because like I think it was based on miscalculation. You can't go away because I have rook d2.
Yeah.
But you can do that.
Yep.
And now suddenly he's getting into this position where black has no counterplay, White has the rook, White can play a 4e5 and use this rook to generate targets.
I mean, it's not even that easy to defend the g5 pawn, because I don't think you want to go f6. You're giving away all the light squares, and then, yeah, that's going to be suffering, yeah.
Yeah, maybe the young Norwegian just didn't understand the difference, that you have to keep the rooks on the board, that playing g5 doesn't generate the counterplay for you. It actually helps your opponent. And I think that this was also a very smart play by Kazakowski, this move g3. Just a quiet move, not force things. Yeah. And black can do anything. Black can play b6, a5, f6, bishop e6. You could do everything.
Yeah.
And it's also a common strategy between Tata players. When you don't see a progress yourself, give an opportunity for the opponent to make a mistake. And g5 is like a kind of a generic move. You know, you want to be active, you want to have counterplay, etc. But that's the kind of thing that Kazakowski was looking for. It was super instructive. Yeah, this rook h1. And suddenly things are not so simple. And there's a mistake.
And beautiful. Like for White, it was super easy. He was just making the moves. He was not basically spending any time, yeah. But black is down to 18 minutes. So.
Yeah. And I think, wait, when did black start to think? Maybe he's thinking ever since, actually, because I don't see a single moment.
No, I think he started thinking from kind of, because he had like 40 minutes or something when we last checked it.
Yeah, but now he's been thinking ever since, because now suddenly the position is not so easy to play.
Yeah.
You don't have a plan.
Yep.
This is the type of position where you would want to have the king side closed.
Yep. You want to move the pawn back.
Textbook play. Take the youngsters to the game. So far, it seems to be working. Kazakowski is in a really great shape to out-trick his opponent in this endgame. So the viewers, we are going to go for our first break to refresh a bit, and see you in a couple of minutes to figure out who is going to take down the 7th Paul Keres Memorial here in Parnu. Is it going to be the Chinese Grandmaster Zheng Chengsheng? He looks really great right now, has a large advantage against Toivo Keinonen, or potentially Valery Kazakowski, who seems to be outplaying his young opponent in an endgame. We're going to determine this after the break. See you in a bit. We're continuing our broadcast from Parnu in Estonia, where we're following the action of the final round of the 7th Paul Keres Memorial. The final round has been well underway, and today we are gonna determine who is gonna win the event. Most likely, it's gonna be the Chinese Grandmaster Zheng Zhongzheng, because he's right now unstoppable, has an amazing 7 points out of 8. And as you can see, also in this critical final game against the young Finnish player Tova Keinonen, the young Finn has misplayed things, and also it seems that Margaret, that he might finish the tournament with a clear 8 points out of 9.
Yeah, and I mean 8 out of 9 with just 2 draws, winning everything else. That is real impressive. Also, in that case, he will win the last 3 games as well. So, yeah, definitely deserving if this happens.
Absolutely, and I don't know what happened with Kanan in this game, because I have a feeling he was burning a bit the bridges early on. He sacrificed a piece. So once again, just to refresh our memory, this was some very sharp French defense opening here played between these two players. So queen f5 check, c3, b6, and here Kanan decided to sacrifice a piece. Knight b4, bishop b4, looking for some very interesting dynamics. Everything was looking quite interesting until this moment, when he played b4 and he was surprised by knight e4.
Yeah. So White kind of chose the pragmatic approach. Yeah, I can give my piece back. I'm not going to be under too much pressure, at least. So
exactly. So things were more or less balanced until this moment, when after knight e6, king e7, rook b1, for some reason the young Finn did not play rook b8, which we would have thought was the logical way to continue. Rook b8, bishop b7, f5, bring the pieces in the game. I don't know what he miscalculated. He gave up the pawn, and somewhere here we speculated this might have been miscalculation, because after knight e5, White is not obliged to take on b7. White can simply play here. And rook b8, actually I forgot to check this move. This move also does not work because of bishop c6. And this pin,
you're never getting rid of that pin.
Black.
Yeah. Might lose the a7 pawn at some point. So he tried to get some counterplay, I guess. Tried to play e3 check.
I'm not sure what it changes.
Nothing really, probably, yeah. You can exchange those pawns, but
the white king is safe. Yep. White can also play g3. Rook b8 is still the same bishop c... Oh, wait, is it the same bishop c6? Or there's some knight b4?
There is a check, but then...
Could I still try this?
Okay, I will probably have to take it, yeah.
But this feels...
take
like g3.
Pawn at some point later, and... Yeah, I mean, I'm pawn up in the end, yeah?
Yeah, and a beautiful knight, and this rook is dead.
Yeah.
It's not doing anything. That's the biggest difference between these pieces. So, rook b8 doesn't help you. Maybe he can try to play like takes, and if white is not careful enough, now go for the same idea. Because now, he might go for this setup again. And now it's a bit different, because you get the bishop on d5, you get the pawn majority, and it feels completely different.
Yeah. The rook can have some play on the king side as well. So.
But as you can probably guess, none of this is really forcing for white. Like even here, I can just play king f2, or maybe the simplest move is king d2.
Yeah.
Why would I want to jump under some checks? And rook b8, bishop c6. This pin decides. Let's say takes, and what's your next move, really? I don't know. Everything is just tied. Why could just play a4, a5, a6, maybe?
Yeah.
You can't get rid of the spin easily.
Exactly. On the counterplay on the king side, like g5, something like that, it doesn't do much. It's probably too slow.
It's too slow.
Yeah.
There's no point in resigning for Kanan, because it's the final round. After this round, the game ends.
Yeah.
So...
It's a bit surprising he's willing to, like, burn the bridges that much, because of course if he would have won he would have tied the first place, but like with a draw he would have still gotten a decent price, so like it would have made sense to not fully burn the bridges, but okay.
Yeah, like I think the opening choice ultimately was fine.
Yeah.
But maybe this knight e4 counter sacrifice somehow, like, it somehow threw him off a bit. And he was looking for a different kind of game, and then a mistake happened, and then he was very unhappy about it. And basically, two mistakes in a row were committed. And now the position is just hopeless. You know, I want to check, of course, what's happening in the game of Kazakowski against Kraken, but we have one more game that might produce a norm.
Yeah.
Which is board number 6, where Hare Krishnan, the Grandmaster from India, faces Agnesa Teravatisyan.
Yep.
And why I'm willing to check this game, because if Agnesa wins this game, she might get the double GM norm.
Yes, exactly. So that's maybe her goal, but I mean, it's not an easy task, yeah? Winning against the Grandmaster in the last round with black.
Win on demand with black against the GM.
Yes. Yeah. Like, if you do that, then she definitely would deserve the norm, but...
Mm-hmm. And white is up a pawn. Right now. So for Agnesa, things don't look so good so far. Yeah. She lost yesterday a terrible game against Valerie Kazakowski. She had a very good run with, I think it was 5 points out of 7.
Yeah.
Doing really well, but this loss was something she would rather forget. And now she's playing with the black color against Hare Krishnan, who fell away from the leaders after his loss to Zhang
yesterday, yeah.
And now, yeah, I don't see how here Agnesa can win this.
Yeah, and don't think there's much counterplay for that.
No.
Even like you're suffering with black, and maybe you somehow hold the draw, but winning this is probably borderline impossible.
And she gave up the pawn on move 9.
Oh.
This was the position, some sort of a ready. She played 97, and apparently black can just take it. I think she assumed that you're going to do this because there's going to be b6. Bishop,
yes.
Most likely, it's just, again, very concrete.
Yeah, you're a little bit too slow.
So you can't assume. You have to always check, and that's why 97 was a mistake, and most likely a6 was the accurate move.
Yeah.
So early mistake, and white just went back and started to capitalize on the extra pawn.
Yeah, and she also couldn't take any advantage of the A line that she had, so yeah.
Okay, that's not so good for her. I also want to check another potential norm game. Yeah. Thomas Pavlaitis against Tomas Laurušas.
Yep.
Where Pavlaitis with the white color needs a draw.
Okay, so the queens were exchanged, and it looks like Pavlaitis did go for the 92 maneuver because the knight is on G1 now, yeah?
Yeah, but he doesn't have any advantage, does he? So we left it here.
Yep.
He had to play 91.
Yep, that's what we were discussing.
After black's inaccurate move G5, he opted for 92.
That's what I was thinking. He was probably planning this beforehand, so if it was just like, okay, I will do my same plan, even if maybe objectively he should have changed it.
Yeah. Queen f6 happened. Takes. G4. No, that is a very committal move. I'm not sure you have any business there.
I mean, the point is, if the knight leaves, I will just go f4, and then it's probably good, but yeah, of course you take en passant.
You open up this file, open up the F file. Here. It's a questionable decision because now black has a beautiful outpost on e5. I'm not sure I like this move.
Yeah.
Rook g8, defend the pawn. g4, knight f6, and knight g1.
Okay, so he's trying to claim that he gave away the f4 square, but black doesn't have any easy ways to actually take advantage of it. Like, you can't put your knight there too easily anymore.
Yeah. So this was part of a larger plan. I'm sure he felt that it's definitely weird, but he has some concrete ideas. He wants to play knight f3.
Yep.
But I don't like his position. Like, let's say if I play king e7. So I understand, like, he's trying to be aggressive. Play b4, b5. Play g4 twice, by the way, g4. Yeah, so once after en passant, and second time, again, g4. Yeah. So he tries to play for the win. But I have a feeling that white black's position has the risk to become overextended.
Mm.
That's what I'm afraid of. So there's a pawn on b5, pawn on g4, the
Yeah.
last bishop is useless. And I've seen so many games in my career, and very often they end badly.
Yep.
So black is a bit more composed.
Mm-hmm.
His position is more solid. Let's say I would play probably something like king e7.
Okay, so
You
after knight
knight
f3,
f3,
yeah.
and I play bishop f4.
Okay. I'll try to take and go maybe e5 concretely or something. Try to... But I'm not even sure. Yeah,
e5.
exactly. I'm giving away way too many squares, Fred. Yeah.
I still control the a file.
Yeah.
If you don't play e5, I'm going to play e5 myself,
That's what
and
I
your
think.
bishop becomes
Yeah.
even worse.
Yes.
No, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. So I have a feeling that Pavlaitis' position is going to become worse. Like Engine says it's equal, I'm picking black.
Yeah.
So king e7, that's my choice. Maybe there's some
Yes.
concrete ideas with bishop b4. So perhaps it doesn't quite work.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know.
Because then I might at some point threaten, yeah, knight f3 and some e5s might actually be
Yeah.
threatening it.
Or maybe even start with knight f3, bishop f4, and now play bishop b4. Like this.
Yep.
But I might
I mean,
play
you can
e5.
still go e5.
Of course.
But...
A lot of easy moves.
Yeah.
Bishop e6, rook c8, knight e7. Your pawns are overextended.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's what I don't like about this position.
Yeah, and the d6 pawn is not going to become a real weakness.
No. I mean, you can try. You can try to get to it, but
yeah,
I have a feeling the black...
e6, you can protect it in a lot of ways. Yep.
This knight will somehow start to control all of those squares. King e7, played by LaRoche's.
Oh, yeah, it's an easy move, yeah.
Yeah, I think, like, in terms of the structure, black is setting up the perfect setup.
Yep.
Like, this is a very often the way how black wants to control d5 square.
Yeah.
And this move g4, that was a bit too much. But then again, I think the real mistake was before. The real mistake was knight e2.
Yeah.
So he wanted to control the square. He put the knight on e2 to control the square. Instead, knight e1 was better. And somewhere here, he realized he doesn't have a plan.
Yeah.
So there's no f4 takes. There's a fork problem on g3. You don't want to be passive. Black is simply going to start improving the pieces. So the only active thing he can do is to be aggressive with g4. But this creates different kind of problems. So very often it's like this snowball effect from the mountain. Yeah, it starts with like a small annoyance.
Yeah.
It becomes a bit annoying. It's kind of a problem, and it's a bit bigger and bigger. Then you have a serious problem. That's very often how the game goes downhill. So I could be wrong, but from my experience, these positions that tend to become worse and worse for white.
Yeah. And as you were saying, it's just kind of hard to find a plan for white, because it's also like, I don't like my d3 bishop, but I also can't afford to even try to exchange it. Like I don't know, b6, bishop b5, because then the e4 pawn is dropping.
Yeah.
So the bishop just needs to stay where it is.
There's also some rook a4 issues incoming.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you do? Actually, I'm surprised how on earth Engine is even saying this is equal. So I have to check it. So what's the Engine choice?
Just say that you sit and it's all okay.
Just rook b4. Just a draw. What is rook b4 even? Okay, let's say, so I can't play bishop. I can't move away the rook because the pawn is under attack.
Yeah. So it's
And
like
let's say I go here. You just go back.
okay, so it's just asking black, what are you gonna do if I do nothing? Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, that's the biggest difference. Okay, so white apparently is equal because black cannot improve his position. The people don't play like that. They want to do something, always. They want to do something. Right. And that's why I think white's position is going to become worse, because he will want to do something.
Yeah. Unless he recognizes that he, like, the black doesn't have that easy ideas, because, again, he would be really happy with the draw. Like, if the draw would be offered, he would take it in a heartbeat, because then he would get the norm, right? So if he understands, okay, for black, it's maybe not that easy to improve the pieces, you could somehow get to, okay, I'll just shuffle a little bit.
I will be surprised if this happens. I'll be very impressed if he's going to get there.
Yep.
Definitely, then he definitely deserves the I am norm.
Yep.
But the way the game has been going, also the previous move G4, I don't think so. I think he's going to play knight f3. He will want to have a concrete plan
Yeah.
because this is what we are taught. We are taught never sit, do nothing, always have an active
Yes.
plan. And I think this is the type of position where you having an active plan actually makes your position worse.
Yep.
So to figure out when is the position where you have to stand and do nothing, when is the position when you have to have an active plan, that's a tricky part because most of the time, like 99% of the time, you have to have an active plan.
Yeah.
Except this is the one out of 100
Yeah, exactly.
where you don't do anything.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
And it's always like if you don't do anything and then you go show it to your coach, and the coach is like, of course you have to do things, right? Like, how can you lose like this? You're just doing nothing. And then
Yeah.
now you actually have to do that.
I mean, in my eyes, I think LaRouche in this game is a clear favorite.
Hmm.
But we'll see. We'll see, of course. Let's maybe go back to the board number 2 where Kazakowski has a large advantage in the endgame against Kraken.
Yeah, so he was kind of outplaying the Norwegian player.
All right.
And it still looks good, yeah? He has...
Oh, dream position.
Yeah.
That's a dream position. 6 minutes.
Probably
I mean,
indicates that he doesn't like their position. He understands it's kind of hard to play as well.
Look at the body language of Kraken. What does it say to you?
Well, he's suffering.
Yeah. He feels he's being outplayed.
Yeah.
Kazakowski looks bored. His only attention right now is on the top board. He's looking at Kanan and thinking, how did you get to that position? Because he's right now looking at the top board.
Yeah, he's probably very annoyed at Toivo. Like, Toivo, why did you do this?
Yeah, but what to do?
Yeah. But okay, with Black here understood that they have nothing to do with the D file. The counterplay is too slow, so he just like parked his rook on the G file and says, I am gonna stand. How are you gonna win? Because I'm taking away all the king squares, D4, E4, F4, though
Yeah.
they're taken at least. So I'm saying that I'm standing, just moving my rook and standing.
There's nothing better. And this is not the type of position where maybe standing is going to give you the draw.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, can I escape to a rooking game?
Okay.
I mean, white doesn't have to comply.
Yeah.
White could play also super annoying move king e4. Ah, wait, king e4 just
Can
repeats.
I go check him?
Bishop e7. What if I take,
And now
and
king F4?
yeah. But
And
I
my
wanted to get something like this.
Yeah, my counterplay is too slow him.
I don't know. Like king f5,
Mm-hmm.
rook d2, give up the pawn, look for counterplay.
Yep.
But you know, the thing is, you go here, I can reject. Like, I don't have to do this. I don't have to trade if I don't want to, because I have some plans here. Maybe bishop d5 here, king e4. What
That's
are
a
you
good
doing
point.
against
No,
that?
my bishop can't go back anyways as well, so.
Yeah. So you need to activate your pieces. The rook or the bishop? What about rook d8?
Yeah, rook d8, I'll go back.
Go back, yeah?
Yep.
I'll go here.
Okay, you have some... Oh, okay, he went a6.
a6. Okay.
Yeah, probably doesn't change too much.
I mean, this
He
is
had some idea, maybe.
not the real counterplay, but okay, like his position is very difficult. I think rook h7 is going to happen.
Yep. And now the question is how I'm going to defend against the e6
right
threat.
Bishop c8.
Yeah, but then we already didn't like that rook and came in.
I mean, no, maybe no choice. Yeah, takes, king e4, rook d8, king f5. I mean, the position basically plays itself.
Rook d3 or something.
Rook d3.
But you can even maybe go e6.
e6.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
No. I'm not sure.
Wait, how's this completely winning again?
Or maybe go.
Maybe you. No.
Or f4 first and then e6 if I take the g3.
Wow.
Okay, now no. If you take with the pawn, then I'll just take. I thought that you're gonna take rook g3.
Like this, yeah.
Yeah, then e6, yeah. Then I'm somehow umbrellaing things.
Yeah, this feels like a classic umbrella.
Yep.
No,
On
probably I
the
need
other
to be a bit
side.
accurate like this
Yeah.
first. Could be a bit tricky still, yeah?
Yeah, I'll get the queen, but I mean e7 is.
Ah,
I'll
e7.
get the queen and then I will collect something.
Yeah, yeah.
You're punished this land.
You're just faster.
Yep.
It's actually a very nice illustration. So, and it's also pretty straightforward. King e4, king f5, here, 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 f4. If you take it, I take
Yep.
it. e6
That's
is
easier.
happening. You
Yeah.
can't be passive. Maybe like this, but
Then I maybe go to the other side with my rook somehow.
here?
Yeah, maybe.
Here. Probably it somehow wins like this, this, this.
Yeah,
You
check with the
can't take it
sample.
because
King f6, yes, and this is too slim.
these pawns don't really matter because it's all about these one's pawns. That's the
Mm.
thing. Yeah, so I think it's again highly technical position, and Kazakowski is a very technical player.
Yeah.
So I think that he's gonna win this. He has plenty of time. And yeah, so the young Norwegian definitely regrets the moment when he played g5. Again, I'm gonna bring up this moment. Like, it was a generic normal move, but I think his troubles really started after move g5. This was so unnecessary. Yeah, so he could have played here a5, b6, f6, bishop e7, and white has to like think of ways to open up the position. He definitely would have played like rook d3, rook g1, and still tried to do things here.
Yeah, it's still like suffering.
Yeah, but black's g5 just helped it.
Yes.
It just helped him. Okay.
Rook h7 is on the board, so all makes sense.
There's a question in the chat. How many rounds in this tourney? This is the final round. That's it.
Yep.
So the players are a bit tired. You could see Kazakowski was yawning there a bit. It's a morning round, the final round. Are they staying for the Rapid Blitz?
I think so, yes.
All of them, yeah?
There are a few people who are leaving, but Kazakowski is staying. I think Zeng is also staying, so... yeah, Zeng is also staying. Kainanen is staying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So are you going to play?
I thought about this, but I think I need to, because we have more players coming, so I probably need to become the arbiter, change the roles, become the arbiter, do the pairings or something, so yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay, so this is the position. Well, guess what? Povilaitis did play knight f3, and his position is getting worse. So, yeah, I'm just going to show very quickly. Yeah, and black is just getting better and better.
Yeah.
So he did not figure out that he has to stand and do nothing. I thought it was very difficult.
Yeah, that's fair.
To find it out. Let's maybe go back to the top board, Zheng against Kainanen, and try to assess if the young Finn does have some chances to escape with the draw. Or it's unlikely.
No, we traded one pair of rooks. Yeah, he went actually for the variation that we were kind of looking at. So
it was. We're looking at exactly this slide, I think.
Yes, and now white played g3. Yeah.
Rook b8, bishop c6, and takes and knight b4.
But maybe that's the best that he could do. Yeah, he's still like worse. He's a pawn down, but at least this bishop has some sort of a life.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, it's still not great. I agree. You're gonna drop the e6 pawn? Or e3 pawn, sorry.
Yeah, like you try to... No, it just feels it's hopeless, to be honest. Like, I don't know. Like, you're gonna get the rook on d7, the bishop on d5. You can't trade the rooks, I think. Okay, you seek some counterplay with rook g8. But,
yeah.
Let's say I take on e3.
Yep.
g5. I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
Rook
I'm
g5.
not sure I can take it, yeah? Maybe I can, but I'm...
Where?
No, yeah, that's what I think. I'm not even sure that rook g5 works because of what you tried to show.
Yeah, like I immediately crashed through the last rank, some rook b8. I mean, you could try...
Knight c8 was maybe something even more concrete.
Oh, there's a winning... You're winning something.
I mean, I just take the pawn and then...
Yeah, it's another pawn.
Yeah.
Bishop d5, 2 pawns, knight b5, knight c3.
Yep.
Knight e2, knight f4, whatever. Yeah, so
it's quite easy. Yep.
And in this line, the thing is, you cannot generate any counterplay here because everything is protected. The knight on d6 holds all the critical squares. Well, let's say here, or knight c8, as you said. You play rook h5, I play h4.
You're gonna trap your own rook, yeah?
Yeah, like, and definitely you're gonna drop something at the queen side during this time.
Yeah.
So maybe after king e3, you play h6 first. Maybe.
Why did you put your rook on g8 right now? But okay.
Those are valid questions. So, yeah. And now white needs to find a way to make a progress. Rook c4, king d7. Probably need to guard the 7th rank.
Yeah.
Also, maybe suddenly the rook can slide over to the queen side. So how do you make a decisive breakthrough here? That's the question.
What if I just start moving with my a pawn? I'll try to fix something there. Say that your a7 pawn is going to become a weakness.
You also might do the same.
Ah, okay, so there is something concrete, yeah.
Maybe I can sacrifice it.
If I get to the 7th rank, I'm...
Again, I have a feeling this pawn doesn't matter so much, and it's all about some dynamics.
Yes. Yep.
Like this knight, king, knight f5, king d5, e6. This is such a useless bishop.
Yeah.
Pawn is going nowhere against some pure domination. So here, like again, let's say here, a4, a5. Yeah, so maybe not so clear. I mean, there's this line a4, a5, rook b6. Perhaps I can play king d7 and then take on a4. Yeah, so the move order really matters.
And if we just exchange the pawns on a file, then I'm not that happy with that with white. So
yeah, then maybe black has some hope.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but maybe you try to get to the pawn on a7 like this.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to play rook a8.
Yeah.
So you try to go here, and this is probably just winning somehow on the spot. Yeah. Okay, no matter how it, there's no hope. Like I don't see any hope here for Genmin.
Yeah.
Like he's doing whatever he can, but he already missed his chance.
Okay, so he went for g5, which then is just tactically also not working. Yeah.
No, it's not.
But he probably is just tilting now.
Well, yeah.
But then again, he did it to himself. Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe that's what he's missing, to be honest, right now. Like we talked about this, his qualities to become a GM. Like I think he has the skills.
Yeah. If he plays well, then if he plays really well, he can win some.
But
really
those moments, like those strange moments when he just throws away, the game, like just like sort of on an equal spot, like this position after the opening. I think that you can't make mistakes like this. Yeah, like you miscalculate things. Like that's it. The game's done. I mean, let here, just in a blink of an eye. That's it. The game's gone. The game is done. So maybe it's the time management. Maybe it's the lack of concentration. Something is still missing. So I think overall, all the other qualities he has, like I think they're enough to become a GM. He has the tactical side. He's fast. He calculates the lines really well. But somehow, these strange moments. Either he tilts or what happens, and boom, and the game's done immediately. And that's the thing I think he could improve. But if f takes rook g5 was played, and knight c8 your line.
Yeah.
2 extra pawns.
I mean, if I can take a pawn, I'll take a pawn. Then get to the same position again, but just one more pawn up. And I don't think that any counterplay on the king side is gonna do anything basically.
This game is over. This game is over, and I think it's safe to say that the Chinese Grandmaster is going to win this event. 2 extra pawns, no counterplay for black. I wouldn't be surprised if Genne would just resign right here, because the knight is a beautiful piece that dominates the bishop. You can always go to some rook and gain 2 extra pawns.
Sure.
Do we have some other interesting games? So Kazakowski is pushing his endgame against Kraken. Maybe we go to the game of...
There's one result on board 5. Yeah, I saw a result.
Board 5. Maxime Lagarde has defeated Anastasia Kainanen.
Yeah, so he ends with 6 out of 9. Probably not what he was hoping for in the beginning, but okay, at least he had a decent end.
Can we check a bit the game of Hare Krishnan against Avetisiana?
Yeah, sure.
Because that was the norm alert,
Mm-hmm.
where Avetisiana needs to win the game on demand.
Yeah, and she was a pawn down.
And she's still pawned down, but something has happened this game.
Okay, so at least she managed to pose some problems to the dark square bishop that is still staying on a3, so the bishop didn't get exchanged.
Yeah.
And now this is not a very good bishop, to say the least.
How did he get there, actually?
That's the point, because he could have exchanged these things, right? So
Yeah.
he chose to keep the bishops on the board.
Right here.
Yeah.
That was the choice. You can trade it. Right here.
And then you're pushing, and okay, you're pawn up in the end.
And c5. I mean, now that's a pretty terrible bishop right there.
The issue is that, like, as long as my bishop is on the e7 or like at least a diagonal, like there is also no way that you can prepare b4. You just don't have any pieces to help with b4 anymore.
You need a king on c3, but there's always bishop f6 and go back.
Yeah.
Or rook d8 for that matter could be a problem. Okay. Well, but then, okay, I mean, still, of course, Agnesa needs to win this on demand if she wants the norm. I don't think she's thinking about it right now.
Yeah.
And we had a word that there was a calculation done if she withdrew this.
Yeah.
She's apparently not making WGM norm by 1 performance point.
Yes. Those things
That
hurt.
is insane.
Like, I think everyone has kind of had those very, very close calls, and those are the ones that hurt. You will remember those.
Yeah. Because, like, I'm pretty sure that everybody does this before the final rounds. I mean, I did this, like, when you're entering the final round, you need to know what kind of result is good to you. Like, everybody does this. There's the official FIDE handbook, there's the calculator, input the numbers, and you know average rating. This is the score I need for the final game. Yeah, so, and then imagine, feel like yourself, oh, it's like 1 point I'm missing. But what to do?
Yeah, because the thing is also like, I mean, as you said, she might not be thinking about the norm like fully, because I mean, she's still having a really good tournament. So even if she finishes with a draw, she's still probably gonna get some female prize. She's gonna, have a really good tournament. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure she's gonna get to the WGM at some point. Yeah. So she's young, still very young. And a couple of years ago, she won the European Youth Championship. I think it was under 14. So that was quite big of a success for Latvian chess community. Now she's dropped the rating. I think she was over 2,200 at some point. Yeah, I mean,
she's WIM, so she must have been over 2,200.
And the rating typically at this age goes up and down, so all of this is pretty normal.
But right now she's not under 18 anymore, right? So it doesn't go with K40, so it goes a little bit slower.
Yeah. Okay. So there might be some problems for white to win this, but the Indian Grandmaster is having more time on the clock.
Yeah.
So if Agnesa draws this, that's already a pretty good achievement. Unfortunately, not good enough for the WGM norm.
Yep.
Speaking about the norms, maybe let's go back to the game of Thomas Pavelaitis against Thomas Larushas, the Battle of Thomases. Coach versus student.
Yeah.
White needs a draw. Here for white, it's a good enough result draw.
Yeah.
But can he do this? Because his position becomes worse and worse by the minute.
I mean, the computer is still holding it, right? It's saying it's not that bad, but I think from the human perspective, it's just hard to play, as we were discussing. Because black's pieces, they make sense. And the black's plans are also easier, but for white, you understand, yeah, your light squared bishop is really bad. Where is my knight supposed to be? Not fully sure. Yes, I have the f5 square. Can I get there somehow? I'm also not very sure. Yeah.
I've seen these games so many times before, and they always end the same. So, I mean, even if the evaluation bar says that black is only slightly better, black has the easier game, and black has some weaknesses to exploit at the queen side. White has no clear plan.
Yeah.
The bishop in f4 is a monster. You have 3 pawn islands. You have a terrible bishop on d3. Black can probably play the queen side, like start with some knight e7, knight c5. So maybe the best thing that Pavlaitis can do is do nothing. Like, do nothing. Again, like he already did the thing. Like, we went here. After this g4, knight g1, he had to do nothing according to the engine. Rook b4, rook b1. Standard do nothing. Because black cannot make a progress. The rook is stuck to defend the pawn on g5. He did something, yes. He played knight f3. He wanted to be active. He wanted to be active again with some e5 threats.
Yeah.
And now maybe this is the moment when you realize things are not going good your way, and just find some kind of a position where you're asking your opponent make a progress.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I have a feeling things are going to go out of control for white very quickly.
Yeah, that's a good point. But of course, again, it's as he's already kind of decided he's not going to just sit around, and finding the same idea of doing nothing is not easy.
But maybe this rook b1 is the kind of a move, like, because otherwise what the rook is doing on b1, I don't understand it. Perhaps he's, how about here, going to start to shuffle the pieces. And I think it will be also a very powerful psychological signal. Like, if you don't know what to do, it's like, okay, fine, you know, do it quickly. Rook b1, rook f1, rook b1, rook f1.
No, I think he was freeing the square for the knight. He wants to go knight f1 and then knight g3 and then 2f5.
Oh, so he wants to do something, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was afraid of.
That's the problem, yeah.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, because maybe, like, if I go knight of... Okay, let's say black makes some move, yeah? I'm not sure what move.
No, but you're right. I think he wants to. Yeah, knight f1, knight g3, knight f5, yeah.
But that's what I think. If you go knight f1, then I might even think about some bishop c4 at some point if I can get to the second rank.
Yes, very valid point. Hence, again, I think do nothing, yeah, so...
Because the knight protects against the c4.
Yeah, the knight protects, like, for black, I think that black is definitely going to find a way to make a progress.
Yeah.
Like, some knight move. There's not going to be a trade here. I think it's quite clear.
Yep.
So there could be some knight d7, knight c5, knight d3. So maybe for white, what he could do is, whatever moves he's making, but let's say after knight e7, find a way to force things. Let's say you go here, or let's say I'm still going some rook moves. And now I'm at the right moment, taking, and I'm claiming some fortress, which I already see it's not a fortress. Because I think this black's knight is definitely heading to c5 right here.
Yeah, that's a clear plan.
Great bishop, fantastic king, fantastic rook, awesome rook.
Yes.
The only thing which is not working this knight. By the way, I could even try to get it somewhere here on f4. Okay, maybe not f4 because it's occupied. So the best next thing is somewhere at the queen side. Knight e7, of course, played.
Yep.
How do you stop knight c5?
I don't think you can stop it really. Knight b3 is probably not stopping it. I think it just...
Knight b3.
Yeah, but... I mean, there might even be some very concrete issues with this, but...
It's a sad situation for white.
Maybe it's like I will go king f3, and if you go knight c5, then I can move my bishop and say that your knight is... I'll go like, I don't know.
Ah, wait, maybe I gave up the a4 for no good reason.
Yeah.
Sorry, I interrupt you.
No,
so you said
okay.
bishop,
bishop f1 or something,
f1,
and
yeah?
just try to claim that you're not attacking the c2 pawn anymore.
Like here.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to stand, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that is a move. That is a move. But you know what I noticed? I noticed that now you can take on c5. Don't give up the a file. That's what I realized. Yep. And after take it, play knight c4. Yeah, because why did I give up the a file?
Yeah, I didn't need to.
Now it's like this, yeah? So perhaps, again, your idea to play bishop f1, protect it here, and pray this is going to hold. Like, that's the best.
Yeah.
But not knight f1, knight g3, knight f5. I have a feeling you need to guard these squares.
Yep.
King of 3 is a pretty difficult move. And right now we might get a lot of answers with the next move. Because this is basically where also your experience has to weigh in. You recognize these positions, and the more experienced you are, you better you recognize that sometimes the best course of action is no course of action at all. And yeah, I have a feeling that this knight f1 somehow for white, it's yeah, not helping.
Yeah, I mean, it's again like you want to do something. Yeah, you're like, okay, I have this outpost on f5. I
Yeah.
have to get there.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to do nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah. Either way, I think it's going to be also quite an important lesson for Pavlaitis here.
Mm.
Definitely draw some right conclusions. uh, let's now go back to the game of Kazakowski against Kraken, because it seems that White has accomplished some big progress.
Okay, so they got to the rook endgame. They exchanged the bishops, at least in some way. Black's pawn structure on the queen side is not creating any counterplay. Yeah. White has an active king.
Yeah, White is looking for a way to wrap up the game right here.
Like you have everything that you could wish for in a rook endgame, basically.
Yeah, Black was very passive.
I mean, he also has 44 seconds, yeah?
I don't think it even matters at this stage.
Yeah.
Like, so far, it's a very easy game by Kazakowski. King e4, yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Activate. I think Black's gonna activate the rook now. Rook a2 something. Yeah.
But there is no real way that
okay. Oh no, something like e6.
Yeah.
Should be a win. No, it's not a win. Oh, it's not a win. Why is it not a win? Takes, check here, takes. Ah.
Okay.
Okay, so we need to think. Yeah, okay.
A little bit.
Not a big surprise.
Yep.
You need to think. So c6. What if I go here?
Yeah, I wanted to start with f6 as well, but whoa, again.
I was thinking if you go here, then I'm definitely winning because of a check. How is this not winning again?
I mean...
The what? How is this not winning?
Oh, I mean, I'll go to the first rank and then I'll give you a check, and you can't go to d-file, and then you have to go to f1, f8 probably.
Oh, you can't escape from those checks.
Yep.
Oh, and then you have to go to f8.
Yep.
Okay, I found a way not to win this. Okay. Oh, wait. I mean, that's why they say the rook king games are tricky, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, and why I'm allowing all of this? So let me play king f4. You go activate the rook, of course.
Yes.
Wait, but then it's not so easy as I thought. Wait, but now we have to calculate some very concrete stuff. I actually thought it is easier. Wait,
yeah, it looks like it should be easy.
It should be easy.
Yeah,
like check.
I'll go to.
If you go here, it's going to be another check.
Yes.
That's. I think I'm winning this right here.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is a winning plan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I give you a check. You go here.
Go d7. Yes.
And now I'm gonna go some quiet
move there, maybe, yeah.
And I'm gonna go here.
Side.
And if you take it, I'm gonna give you a check.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go here. And here. Okay,
Okay,
that's one of the ways to win. No, but he can go wrong, actually.
Yeah.
So e6 is a mistake, f6 is a mistake, king f4 makes sense, but you would still have to figure out that this is correct and that this is probably not winning. Which, I mean, you can figure it out. He'll figure it out. Yeah, he'll figure it out. I just try to rush immediately.
After king f4, rook g2 is f6 now.
Probably also good, yeah.
It's good. Right?
Probably
we
also
tried
good.
to get to this. Oh.
No, not good.
Oops.
Why is it not good again?
Maybe you include some check and f2 and then do the same thing, and then the king has given away one of the squares, so I can go to e6. somehow.
These checks maybe change things, yeah?
Yeah.
So that's why we have to do pretty strictly this move. And this. I mean, it makes perfect sense to slide the rook over to there. If you give checks, I have the king here. And if you take it... anyway, king g5. No, it's pretty easy here. Easy. Yeah. King g5, king f6. It's actually not even difficult. Yeah, I just made it more difficult. So here, just give a check. This opens up the path to the king. And if you go here, then you play f6.
Yep.
f6, this is a very forcing line. And now these checks don't give you anything because you're just dropping the pawn with the checks.
Yep.
No, this is very straightforward, actually. Yeah. I just made it more difficult.
Oh.
Oh
my god. I was about to say that Valerie thinks for 5 minutes and then he has so much time.
I stand corrected. I stand corrected. He did make a mistake.
That is really surprising.
Look at him. Look at him right now. He's like, wait, he can play rook g1?
I mean, yeah, I guess the rook g1's point is that the checks are going to be from further away. Instead of rook g2, where like he was maybe not sure and the king attacks the rook easier.
Does he realize now that he has messed it up? Because it's no longer a win. Like, check here, rook f8. This check. Where do you put the king? This check. Where do you put the king? Like, king e6, rook e8, king f5. It's not the win. Oh, now he sees. Now he sees.
This is really surprising, though, no?
He should have figured out. But, I mean, on his defense, I also rushed a bit with these e6, f6, but I'm a commentator. Yeah. I'm just shuffling the moves, but, I mean, he has all the time in the world.
He had like 42 minutes or something. He thought for 3 minutes.
Now he sees. Yeah, now he sees. I definitely can recognize this because now he realized what he has done.
So he just thought that the game is over anyway?
Yeah,
and
I think he saw
whatever, basically.
I think he thought the game is done. Like he played f6, he thought I'm winning this on the spot.
Like do it the fastest way possible, you know?
Yeah, the fastest way. Here, king f5, and maybe he calculated this line, which by the way still is a draw after rook g1. He probably thought this line, here, check, here, rook f8, the game is done. And maybe after f6 he... I don't know what he missed exactly after rook g1.
It's a move you have to calculate.
What could be the line that he missed? Actually, I'm just trying to picture his mind.
Yeah.
What was it? What was the line? Because he should have seen rook g1. Like, did he see this line and forgot about the check on e1? And maybe he thought that this is winning? Maybe here. Maybe this is the line he saw. That check here. Somehow you're not winning, but it's not so difficult, to be honest.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, in terms of the tournament, it doesn't really change anything. What it might change is his conquest for 2600.
Yeah.
Which again, like, you don't say what you want. Like, it doesn't matter. But for the chess players, psychologically, it matters.
Psychologically, it does matter. Yeah. Also, like, ending a tournament with a good win is always a nice thing.
Yes. You don't win it. Okay, fine, whatever. Yeah. You do the best you can. You finish with 7.5 out of 9. You get back to 2600. Get a very nice, decent second prize. It's great.
For sure.
And then you do this. Yeah. So that's gonna hurt. So I think here Valerie could spend like... No. He's not going to spend nothing. I wanted to say he's going to spend here like 15 minutes, but no, he's playing with the same speed.
But then what was he supposed to do? Because the computer still said it was like, I don't know, 0.8 or something, so... And now it's...
Maybe he still thinks he's winning. Rook h2.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe he thinks that he can just block it, but... The question is, aren't those... Are those pawn endgames winning? Question mark.
King e6, black is better. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. What is going on here? Oh my goodness, Valerie, what are you doing? King e6.
King e6 is also a super logical move. Like
Come
you have to play
on,
king e6.
Valerie. It's on the board. Jesus.
I mean, you have no other move, but like king e6 is very logical, so you had to play it.
And
Yes.
now you tilt big time.
I mean, I think already rook h3 was really tilting a bit.
I don't see him making the next move like in the next 10 minutes. Now you sit there for a long time. You sit there for 20 minutes and you regret all of your life choices.
Because now does he just have to bail out now?
I mean, black is about to collect these pawns.
That's what I was thinking. Like maybe you have to go like, I don't know, if you go like rook a3 and take the a6 pawn and somehow bail out.
Here, yeah? Yeah. I mean, okay, maybe he's not in trouble.
Yeah. But like, is there any way that he can actually even try to keep the game going?
To win? No.
No, probably right.
No,
yeah.
I don't think so. He just missed the second one in a row. I mean, it's such a classic. You make one mistake, mistakes come in pairs. You should always pause. He tried to press on the clock. He definitely missed king e6. I can tell you this. I think what happened here is that he tried to pose some strength. Like he tried to, I mean, not to showcase that he blundered rook g1, because I felt he, from his body language, he definitely missed it. He tried to play for this, which is, by the way, black has many good moves here. It's not just king e6, but king e6 really stands out from the rest because, like, you're about to pick up these pawns, and now the hardest part for Valerie is just to accept all of this, to digest this. Your brain is in complete shock, and you have to come in terms with that. Yeah. I would be super surprised again if he's going to make the next move like in the next 10 minutes. You just sit there. And I would be sitting there for like 20 minutes.
I mean, he has all the time he needs, yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to take the mind away someplace. I just can't believe this. He's so angry with himself right now.
And that's the thing. He has rushed before, right? Here as well. He was, what was the game? He was against La Russos. I think he was completely winning from the opening as well. He had like 1 hour extra, and then he did a very similar thing.
Well, it has worked for him in the past. Yeah, so making faster choices. Yeah, the stand control, it feels like it's fast classical, basically. Yeah, like it does feel it, and it has been working for him well, but now at the critical moment, he's biting back, and Kraken's like, wait a second, we got this position. How did we get there? Because a couple of moves ago, the king was somewhere on e8, and there was no block, and now there's a block.
I think Kraken was also probably like ready to resign at some point. Yeah,
something like that. Like, okay, wait a second, maybe I can actually say this. Maybe I can even win this. All right, let's move away from this. It's such a pain to watch this.
Yeah.
Let's go to the leader's game.
Let's see if anything has happened.
And then make a break. So Zheng Zhang against Novocainen.
4-3. Okay, 1 point up, but
only one.
Yeah, I think he gave up the other one for whichever reason exactly. I'm not sure.
Let me check. We left it here. This is where we left it.
Yep.
We already said white easily was going to win this.
Yep.
2 extra pawns. Improve the knight. Improve the knight.
Well, oh. This was a very voluntary choice then. To simplify to rook endgame, yeah? Well. So maybe he thought that. I don't know. I mean, it's still winning, yeah, but.
Wait, what?
I would not have done that, but sure.
Wait, okay. What's going on here? So.
White is a pawn up.
Did he blunder king c6? Because why would you go here, d5? Why would you do this? The only reason you do this, you think you're easily winning.
Yeah, you're just like trying to simplify and get to an easily winning position.
King e6, rook b6. Check is king c5.
Yes,
like you calculate the pawn endgame, you're winning, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah. I think you missed king c6.
Yeah, because now it's still winning, but it's not that easy, yeah? Or I mean, maybe
it is winning. Maybe he saw all of this, like e6.
That's not winning
No,
anymore.
no, no. No, it's not
Uh,
winning. So rook g4 check, king c3. Maybe he missed from afar this move? No, but it just makes no sense.
yeah, but then again, like then you just don't go for this if it's more complicated than it should be. Yeah.
Now, these are some miracles happening. So it's tiredness, lack of concentration, maybe thinking the game is done. D5. It's also such a thematic move. You simplify things,
Yeah,
but it seems that to me, it seems that he simply missed king c6.
maybe. Yeah.
That's what it seems because
Yeah.
like he definitely thought he's easily winning, and now I
And he
I don't
played
see.
a4 and
Yes, but it's not a forced win.
yes, exactly. I mean, yeah, because black had no counterplay basically. He could have done a4 like the same thing, but just upon one more pawn. Yeah.
I actually thought that you play something like knight e2 here, get the knight on a 4. That's
Yeah.
what I thought. Get the knight on a 4 and then think about getting to this pawn. H4, I thought you take and put the knight on a 4 and play this.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your extra pawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then reroute the rook somehow. Keep the knight on a 4. Such a beautiful knight. Get to the pawn on e6, like here, here, here. It's got to be a win. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, according to Ninja, it's still winning, of course, this
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
d5, but it leaves a very strange impression. Maybe it's still very concrete. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. But he has spent 7 minutes on this. So
Mm.
it. I don't
Yeah,
know.
if he this was his whole goal, then he would have probably maybe spent 2 minutes and then gone for this and been like, yeah, okay, I'm easily winning. That was my whole plan, right?
One thing I know for sure, I wouldn't have done that.
Yep, yeah, yeah. No, I
I
agree
would
with
have
that.
played just
Yep,
92.
yep.
But it still wins.
And if it wins, then that's all
If
that
it wins,
matters.
then it
Yeah,
wins. Then it wins.
yeah,
But Zeng had some issues with the converting in previous games.
yeah.
So he was struggling a bit. This is also the one thing I also have struggled myself more than many times. So it's not so easy sometimes to get the completely winning game to a logical outcome.
Yeah, I think one of the hardest things in chess. Yeah, winning positions.
Yeah. All right. So this game is obviously still continuing, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to go for another scheduled break. And maybe after this break, we are going to finally find out who is going to win the event. Is it the Chinese Grandmaster Zheng Zhangzheng, who is still technically winning, but I have a feeling he missed it. I could be wrong. It just looked a bit strange to me. Maybe it's still all good. Or maybe it's Valery Kazakowski, who actually just made some horrific mistakes in a row against the young talent from Norway, Even Kraken. We're going to figure it out after the break. So see you in quite a bit. Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming back live from Parnu, Estonia, following the final round of the 7th Paul Keres Memorial. As you could see during the break, the game between Valery Kozakowski and Evan Kraken has finished in a draw. And I think this pretty much means one thing, that the winner of the 7th edition will be Zheng Zhangzheng, the Grandmaster from China, who right now is trying to convert his winning Roken game against the young Finn, Tova Kananen.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I think he probably is managing. Yeah, he gets to a Rokan game where he has probably the A and E pawns. That should be winning. So
The only question, of course, is was this a blunder or not? That's what
yeah.
I'm curious. Did he miss
That's true.
King C6 or not? Maybe he did not. Maybe this was all part of the plan. But okay. So this is the current position. Sorry, not the current position, but this is how they got there. H4, King and 6 counterplay. Rook G4, you can never do that.
Yep.
Takes, important intermezzo, King D7. No, I think H takes on G3.
Yeah.
Should be good.
Yeah, you're probably losing both of black's pawns, and then with those A and E pawn, you're gonna win, I guess.
All right. So now what? Now what?
I mean, maybe I try to calculate the forcing ones, just like E6 immediately work, and then bring the king.
E6. Yeah, makes sense. King C7. I think the king is gonna advance here.
Yep.
Here.
Gotta get there.
Probably
So
take the pawn.
To...
Ah, no.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, let me try A6.
Yes, let's go with the other one.
Gotta make sense.
Yep.
Let's say I try to complicate things and I play here.
Okay. I probably don't want to go A7. And I'm complicating things a bit too much for myself. Yes,
Yeah,
and this is not going to win at all.
You just gave it away.
So then I need my king, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try to use your F pawn as an umbrella again. We've talked about this quite a bit.
No.
Okay.
So there are some possibilities to misplay this.
But you know, it would be really insane if, like, on top two boards, the two Rogan games would be. Like,
I can see this happening. Yeah. I can see this happening because, like, I didn't like the choice of this d5. Like, why do you do that? Like, a pawn is a pawn. So I'm still thinking it was a blunder. Like, it was not part of the plan.
Or maybe he thought it's easier, but then he didn't calculate fully, and then he was like, okay.
I respectfully disagree. So when you have two extra pawns, a rook and rook each, and knight versus bishop, and you transpose into a rooking game, but having one extra pawn, I don't think it's easy.
No. I also agree. I would never do this on my own. I'm trying to reason with.
Okay.
Could be his idea. But
okay. Yeah. But there was this one mistake. So you said e6 here, and we made king d5, and that's a mistake. I want to figure out why.
Yeah, maybe you go there, and then you.
This check is the knight. Check. Here.
Yep.
Check. Here.
There, and you can't really. Do I go back with my king, or do I go f4?
If you go back, I'm winning according to an engine at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm eliminating this pawn. I suppose it does make sense. So f4.
Go then. Yes.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense. And now it's a draw.
Which also makes sense because the f pawn survives, and I will use it as a decoy or something.
Yeah, everything is easy when we have an engine on.
Of course, yes.
So e6, king e7. I'm just going to leave it on here so that I don't make any silly mistakes, and maybe I can pinpoint some human mistakes that could occur. So a6.
Makes sense, I think.
f4. King d5 now wins. Takes. Because f3 is check. Here.
Now your rook can't come back, huh?
Yeah.
And then we get some rook and queen and game.
And we're winning, yeah?
But yeah, there's some rook, queen f8 in the end.
Okay. By the way, let me go back to the final position here. A6, that's on the board,
That's on the
not E6.
Okay, which
Is logical.
yes, you probably have to go.
Either here or F4. I don't know which one. Maybe F4.
Okay. So if I go.
Take.
Hmm.
I want to disconnect your king.
Yeah. So I have to give you a check on D3 first, I guess. But then you're getting the F4 pawn.
I'm just getting the pawn. Yeah,
yes.
I think that's why actually keeping the pawn on E5 makes more sense.
Yep.
So A6.
So I'll probably go. Yeah, okay, this I can't do in that case.
This is.
Yes.
Sorry.
Maybe
this is wrong.
Yeah, like now you can probably just go A6.
A7, yeah,
sorry,
just
yeah.
A7, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is pretty clear. This is pretty clear, yeah. So F4, King D5 just loses on the spot. So you have to try this.
Yeah, rook A3.
That's a draw.
Okay, I think you can get there. So this makes sense.
Right.
King E7, I assume. Oh.
Because this pawn is unstoppable.
Yep.
The king is not where it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't go there because this A pawn advances. That kind of makes sense.
Yep.
So after E6, you have to go here.
Mm-hmm.
And the only move is King E5, which also kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So that you don't get side checks.
You want to use both of the pawns umbrellas.
Somehow, yeah. This is a threat. You have to give a check. Both of the moves are winning. King D5 and King E5.
Yeah, and okay, you're gonna take one of the pawns, so.
Let's say you play F4.
No, I think I'm too slow already with the pawns. So.
Check, check. There's more than one win here.
Mm-hmm.
King G5. A7, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, then this is winning. But you can misplay things.
Yeah.
Like, for example, after the C6 was not so clear. A6 is a very precise move.
Yep.
I like it.
Yeah, I think it's very good for the Chinese Grandmaster that he also has those 12 minutes right now, so he can make sure that he's gonna not rush anything or
It
not
helps.
doing or not doing a wrong move order. Like if he had 2 minutes right now, it would be definitely a bit easier to, just accidentally do something in the wrong order.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So we can assume that Zheng Zheng is gonna win this, so he's gonna take it slow, and we might not see the game finish in the next 10 minutes or so.
Yep.
So let's have a look at the board number 3, where Pavelatis against Laurushas is trying to make a draw to secure his IM norm.
Mm-hmm.
Things are not looking for him too well, though.
Yeah.
Black is making progress.
Along the lines that we looked at happened, though, yeah? Because he didn't end up going for the knight g1, so he probably understood he doesn't have time for that.
So he
did give up the a line.
Gave up the file to play knight c4. Be active. Okay.
Yep. That's okay. He wants to reposition it.
I don't know where the d4.
D4 for some reason. Yes.
Okay. Knight c6, knight e4. He was not happy about. Finally, we have some trades, and this is the position.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about surviving here for white.
Yeah.
It's going to be really difficult because the pawn on c2 is under attack.
I don't think you can protect this pawn. Like rook b2 doesn't work. If you go there, I can take the pawn, and then maybe that's the thing. You're supposed to hold this, yeah?
I just found a way not to.
And it was important where the bishop went.
Okay, maybe you go for activity, yeah?
Yeah.
Bishop d5.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of makes sense. Yeah,
okay.
More sense.
Bishop d3 is on the board as well.
Bishop d3. Okay, I don't think that LaRush is going to rush with bishop c4.
Because he can also do it in a few moves, yeah? But then again, what else does he do?
No, I would be thinking some d5 push. He drops the pawn on e5, so I want to open up the position a bit, but maybe f6. King f6, something. The knight might be heading to e3.
Yeah.
Finally, he gets the knight to the squares he wants.
Yeah, and then in that case, you're probably like if you see that the knight gets to either d5 or f5 and there's no other breakthrough, then you don't even have the pawn up. So maybe in that case you do take the pawn and then.
I don't know. I'm not even sure if I'm concerned about this. Like,
Okay.
but first I need a move.
Yeah,
Like, what?
sure. Okay.
Knock on the table.
Let's say f6, yeah.
F6.
Yep.
Let's say you play 93.
Mm.
First, I can still go for this endgame.
Yep, but now you're not a pawn up.
No, but I have the better bishop.
Sure.
I can go for this endgame.
Mm-hmm.
Second thing I'm thinking, again, let me knock on the table. If you play 95, maybe I can go for this version endgame. Where, okay, it's obstacle of bishops, but I have a pass pawn.
Something.
So rook a4 here. Doesn't look very promising, to be honest, but it's something I would consider. So the most logical thing would be like f6, 93, takes, and play d5. Like play this position.
Yeah, I think this looks the best out of the options.
The king is getting to c5. These are weaknesses, better bishop, pass pawn, and everything. So f6. My money would be on f6 here. Definitely Larochus is in charge.
Yeah.
And here Pogolaitis is trying to stay alive. Again, if he draws, he gets an eye of Norm. He has had a great tournament so far. He's playing against the coach.
But he's going to have a long suffering ahead.
He's already suffering, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's this game. The game of Maxim Ostensen against Krzysztof Jakubowski. We haven't seen for a while. We could check it. We have the camera feed there.
It was some weird imbalances, and it actually looks like the white's bishop is still somewhat not finding a good place. So it's still somewhat behind its own pawn.
Black is slightly better. For some reason, engine says it's equal. Oh, wait, the knight on d5 might be smoked out.
Yeah, so
wait,
you might have to exchange stuff.
Wait, it's actually very concrete. I thought that knight on d5 stays, but now I notice the queen is under attack.
Yeah.
You can't keep it. There's also a check on it on c2.
So you have to either go back knight f6 or exchange the queens.
Yeah, you give a check.
Okay, he gave a check.
Here.
So he can also just simplify to some type of an endgame.
Can you win this?
And you can also lose this.
How?
If I'm exactly in time.
Oh wait, White has an extra pawn. I thought I'm the one who has the better knight, and now I just realized White has an extra pawn. Oh wow. I thought like I'm going for some ingame where my knight is outplaying the bishop. I just realized I'm down a pawn.
No, it's easy to like miss that because
that changes a bit things. Then I'm playing for a draw.
Yeah.
Takes on some fortress.
Yep. Oh, he went.
No.
So for some tricks, queen g6, probably gonna go to a similar position anyways. So he's just trying to keep the knight on d5, which makes a lot of sense.
That's a trick, by the way. Or take on e2 and play knight f4.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense. Good move. Queen g6.
Yeah, and it's not that easy. Like, you can't probably... Oh, you can't take this. If you take on c2, I'll take with the queen. You can't go queen f2 because then I have knight e3, queen f2. Yep.
Some tricks. Yeah, queen g6 is a great crackful move. And to be honest, it feels like black is playing without any real risk here. With such a beautiful knight.
Actually, what do you do with white? Like, you can take the rook and go king h3, but in that endgame, I'm not risking with black at all. I can take the bishop, take a3, and if you're lucky, you get the repetition. Yeah.
I think it's just a draw immediately. So maybe instead of this, you can try to claim that you are entitled for more. Like some queen c4, like queen b3, maybe knight f6.
Oh, okay, take away the checking squares.
Yeah, so I would improve the bishop, play against the king. Maybe somehow I would look in this direction. Okay, there's definitely d5, so
d5 is...
white is safe. Okay, that's an exciting position. We're getting a lot of moves in the game Zheng 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 against Tova Kenan, and let's go straight to there because this game might be wrapping up in a moment, or we also might crown our champion.
Oh yeah, because now I think it's just a forced win. Yeah.
And Kanan is down to the last 2 minutes. I, of course, want to check the other games, but this is one of the most important ones where the Chinese Grandmaster is winning. He is about to play Rook A8. Standard trick, promote the pawn, play Rook H7, collect the Rook. And Kanan is about to resign, and the Chinese Grandmaster is about to become victorious in the event with amazing 8 points out of 9.
Yeah, and then actually 1 point difference between the second place. Yeah.
Yes. Well, very, very, very impressive score. Undefeated, 2 draws.
And that's literally not in trouble in any of the games. So
No.
I don't think he had any worse positions at all.
I really loved his practical decision making.
Yeah.
Like, it was really good. Sometimes he would be surprised in the openings, but he would spend the time, figure things out, calculate things. I was particularly impressed by his game against Maltsevsky yesterday. Yep. There's the move, Rook A4, I believe.
Yeah, probably. But now you're just going through the motions. Yeah, sure. You can see from Taiva's face that.
Yeah, King C5. But
there is like zero hope.
King D5. Actually, what's the most precise move?
He came from D5. I mean, I think you can just go to the King C5, King B6 as well. Maybe just.
Yep.
The only thing you need is to get out of the checks. Ah, he's
King E3. That's good enough.
Yeah, if you can, might as well take the F5 pawn as well. Yeah.
That's the point. I mean, White wants to play Rook H8. You can't stop this threat.
Yeah.
Rook H8 is a monstrous idea. You can give spy checks, but they don't change anything. As long as there's a hope, you always play. Of course, you hate to finish the tournament with a loss, but what to do? F4 check doesn't change anything. King F3 immediately might be a resignation right here.
Yeah.
So, did we ever have such an amazing result by the tournament winner with 8 points out of 9 in the previous editions?
Good question. I can actually try to check that because last year we had a big tie in the end, I think, and all the winners had 7 points out of 9, so that's a big difference.
Yeah.
And then in 2024 we had
King F5.
Jakubowski won it with 7 points as well. And then...
And there's the resignation. Yeah, there's the resignation. Tova Kainanen just resigned against Zheng Zhengzheng, who officially becomes not only the winner of this game, but also of the 7th Paul Keres Memorial with an amazing score. 8 points out of 9. 1 point ahead of the, most likely, the second place finisher, Valery Kozakowski.
Yeah. In 2022, no, 2023. Paulius Bultinevich also won with 8 points. But then it was a little bit different format. It was not 2 tournaments, but 1 tournament.
Okay. I really want to go to the game of Haru Krishnan against Agnesa Teravatisian because there might be some events happening there. So let's go straight to that game. It doesn't unfortunately have the camera feed, but we have the overview cam. Let's use that. So the players are somewhere on the right. And Black is getting a bit active here. White is still struggling with the bishop on a3.
Yeah. And I think this is the situation where she might think about becoming ambitious. Yeah, even though she's a pawn down, but...
Yeah, I mean, still I find it very hard to believe that White could lose this somehow.
Yeah.
Even with such a terrible bishop on a3, Black still needs to make a progress, and White has the extra pawn.
Yeah.
E5 was the move that Agnesa played in this position.
Yeah. So she's trying to break something, yeah. The pawn structure somehow.
Create some targets, put the knight on d4, maybe bishop d6.
Yep.
Pawn play at its finest. I like it. I think that if White is careful, he probably needs to eliminate this knight.
Yeah, at some point exchange and do some...
Like this.
No, apparently not, yeah.
But maybe you start to have some problems, and now this bishop is really gone.
Yeah, you're literally playing without one piece.
Okay. Well. Okay, maybe you rely on the bishop d5 counterplay. Of course, this is a pin. So how about I play here?
King move. Yeah.
Takes,
Take.
knight
Go
e4,
to center. Yeah.
and here. What is this position?
Yeah, because I'm not sure you want to even take the b3 pawn with black. Like, it might open up some hope for that bishop, so let it stay.
I didn't even see, to be honest.
Yeah.
So who is the move?
It's
Black,
black to
yeah?
move, yeah?
Black is the move. The pawn is under attack.
Yeah, and I might have some b4 ideas now, maybe at some point.
Can I give you a checkmate?
You can try, yeah.
Like I had this heretic idea.
Yes. That it's gonna be a checkmate probably.
It feels very, very close.
Rook e1 and then knight d6 is a checkmate. That's kind of cute. No, it's not a checkmate, wait, what?
What do you see? King
Ah,
d5.
king e5, never mind.
But it feels very close.
Yeah.
Like king d6 something. No, I'm missing. Wait, what did I miss? Wait, just a sec, let's think.
There has to be a checkmate. Huh? Yes.
Maybe just f6.
Hmm.
Jesus.
Or maybe take on b3 and then threaten to go knight
g3, yeah? Just be
yes.
pragmatic. Ah, you're wrong.
You're like,
Bishop 7. What? Where's the win? I think I already gave little every single move. I'm cheating.
Yeah, looks like minus one.
What? King d7?
Yeah, and it's -5.
It's a Zugzwang.
Oh, you're little. Okay, if I take the pawn, then you have the fork, and then you
Yeah.
win the bishop.
Yeah.
Because I protected my e7 bishop,
Yeah.
of course, with my king.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. This would take me a while to figure out if that's Zugzwang. I was looking for the mate, yeah, and also you were looking for a mate.
Yeah.
Anyway, so these were a couple of fun lines we looked at.
Okay, so he went to the other side with the
King
king.
f3 makes perfect sense. King g3 secure everything.
Yep.
Bishop d6, but black is getting ambitious
Yeah,
here.
I mean, actually should. Yeah.
Wait a second. Hare Krishnan. You are getting outplayed a bit here.
That's true. And he definitely regrets the situation where he allowed black to go c5 because this was done completely voluntarily. Like, he could have just exchanged those bishops.
Oh yeah, he could have done that. Maybe he was not sure if it's going to be enough. Self-imprisoning has never been a good idea.
Yeah.
So the bishop on a3 is so claustrophobic. It's just not doing anything. And that's why, of course, black is essentially playing with an extra piece. This could be a very big game for Agnesa. Who could have thought that in the final game where you need to win on demand, you blunder opponent in the opening.
Yeah,
and
against
you have
the grandmaster.
Realistic chances.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, what a game. I'm going to give you a very quick update of what's happening in other games. Pavlaitis against Lavrushas. I'm just going to show you very quickly the position. This is the current position. The players are down to the last minutes, but Larochas is trying to wait to crash through White's defenses. White is attempting to set up a fortress.
Yep.
Yes. This is the position between Ostensen against Jakubowski right now. Black is... I don't know what black is. Is he ambitious or is he trying to hold? I have no idea, but he's down a pawn with some...
figure it out, yeah.
Yes. And... okay, the 10 board, we don't look at this far. Let's go back to the game of Pavitisiana against Hare Krishnan. Sadly, we don't have the camera for this, but King G4. Quite found the only move.
See, the bar is slowly starting to like show that black has some actual chances. Huh?
94, bishop f5. What happens here? Can you do this? Like bishop d5, big idea. I think you have to play 94.
Yeah.
Maybe rook h1. White already wants to bail out.
That's true.
Rook h2, king g3 repeats the position. Now just switched on the engine so that we don't miss anything in real time.
So she could technically bail out now, yeah?
Because... I mean, white could bail out.
I mean, yeah, okay. And if she doesn't want to play... Like, I mean, thinking of the way that she might want to be ambitious to get the norm, right? Like,
there's minor detail, Margaret. You're still playing without the bishop at a3.
Yes.
So you play rook h1.
Yeah.
you're still not
No,
using
that's
the
true.
bishop.
That's true. No, I meant like if she could have wanted to go rook h2 and do a draw against the grandmaster, that would have probably been a draw.
If that was a forced repetition,
Yeah.
we don't know that
Yeah,
yet.
yeah, fair.
Because white always is thinking about this bishop d5 idea.
Yeah.
You have to estimate this properly. And if now white plays bishop d5, there are suddenly some tricks with what? Knight f5 takes, rook h4, rook f4, and white is dropping the bishop at f7 because of a discard check by the knight.
Oh.
Like this.
Okay, but he went to e4, so I guess to protect against knight f5. Computer doesn't like that, but...
Now there's some tricks. Bishop f4, knight e2 fork.
Oop.
That's one trick. Second trick is rook h2, rook f2. Go after this pawn. Bishop e4 is an actual mistake, but it's only 30 seconds for the Latvian. Only 30 seconds. She's definitely ambitious here. She's not thinking about the draw. You want to get to the pawn on the 4. Bishop f4 is tempting. Knight d6 is a mistake. Because of...
some f5?
But why is it a mistake, actually? It looks very human to me.
f5 doesn't work.
Rook f1, takes. Maybe white is going to be in time. Actually, it looks like a very good move to me.
Yeah, it's logically attacked upon. Rook f1 is forced. Yeah.
How is it... How is white holding this, actually? Because, check out this line. I don't think we have the time to show this. Takes, rook g5, king f3, knight f4, rook f4. Maybe b4 is unstoppable. You're not in time to imprison the bishop.
With bishop, yeah.
King d7.
Okay.
Keeping the tension. That's still pretty good. Black is playing this for the win. This already is pretty much pretty clear. If she would offer a draw, I'm pretty sure that Hare Krishna would agree. Right here. Right here, he would agree. We're getting to the best part of the round. There's a time scramble everywhere. An update, Pavlaitis versus Larushas. There's, I'm just going to maybe show you, again, this position. So Pavlaitis down to the last minute. He is trying to survive, but he has a lot of activity here. He might make it. He might make with a draw. Ostenson, Jakubowski, white is in a bit trouble. He's extra pawn, but black is getting closer with the queen and the knight.
So
that looks quite unpleasant.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Hare Krishna again.
Yeah, let's stay here, I agree.
So maybe for the camera feed, I could actually...
Maybe put board 3
board 4.
and 4, yeah. Or
board 3, actually. You're right.
Yes.
Board 3. Because that's Larushas.
Yes.
Against Pavlaitis. There you go. Yes. Let's put them here. Head of the Lithuanian Grandmaster. But there's two very exciting games for the norms happening at the same time. I think potentially one of the biggest sensations could be Teravatisyan defeating Hare Krishnan. She's still quite far from that, but she's posing problems for white. Rook f2. White is standing and doing nothing at the moment. So Rushas is unhappy. I don't know, where do we go? Do we stay to this game? In this game? Avitisiana, or we go and see what LaRoche is unhappy about? Maybe we go to that game. Yeah, it's hard to choose. Really hard to choose.
That one might also influence the main prices. So.
Okay, so we're going to do it like this. We're going to keep the small board of Avitisiana against Hare Krishnan.
Yep.
And the analysis board, we're going to follow live action and also the camera feed from Pavlaitis against LaRoche's. Yep. So everybody's happy. We get to see both games. Okay, knight x and f6. Oh, there's a tactical trick. King f6 is g5 check.
Oh, yeah.
Rook takes on b4. Black is still pressing, but it feels it's not enough.
But wait, he took a pawn from f6, or...
Yes, there was a tactical trick.
Yeah, so he blundered.
There was this.
That
King e2. Oh, it was actually a small blunder.
Yeah, I think the pawn was blundered in that case. Yeah.
I mean, technically not a blunder according to an engine, but...
Okay.
24 seconds for black. You gotta make a move. He blitzes out King of 6. He's so happy. He was in charge the entire game. Played a beautiful positional game, and now he feels like the victory is slipping away.
Bailing out, yeah. Like,
I mean,
you're still pressing a little
still
bit because
pressing.
you have the pawn in the center.
Slide over the rook to the king side to help the king. He has an outside pass pawn on e4.
Yep.
White could play bishop e4. Quite doesn't work. He plays rook a4. Here comes Pavlaitis. He goes for the counterplay at the queen side. You want to play something like rook a6.
Yeah.
An update in the game of Terapetisiana against Hare Krishnan. There's a status quo. White is holding. I don't see any other moves in the small live screen. But players are getting down to the last minutes. So 2 minutes for Hare Krishnan.
Okay, so do you go up with your king or yeah, you go up, right? Yep.
All right, give a couple of checks. This game might finish in a draw. What we're seeing on the screen, this is exactly what Pavlaitis needs. He would be so happy about this.
Okay, another draw. He goes another check. He goes.
Gito, are you sure about that? He is sure. What about e4? E4, bishop e4, rook h4, king e3. You save it.
Yeah.
This trick doesn't work. And now bishop e4 also might be a thing. Like, it looks like white is going to easily make a draw here.
Yeah, like you're too slow to get your king to the queen side.
I mean, it's not like Larushas was winning at some point. He was just...
Yeah, he was pressing.
Pressing.
Yeah.
He was pressing, but ultimately white managed to solve all the problems.
In that case, it's really impressive defense from Pavlaitis as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's playing a fantastic tournament so far. He's rated 2150 something, but I think his playing strength indicates he is higher than that.
Yeah. I think he probably also was higher rated at some point.
Right. We do see some moves in the game of Hare Krishnan against Avetisiana. Knight e4, bishop e4. White is making the only moves. The position remains balanced, but black, of course, is the one who is asking some questions because the white bishop on a3 is stuck. So that's the small live board we're talking about. That this is not this game, of course, in case you joined the viewers. This is the game of Hare Krishnan against Avetisiana. We have two title norm seekers here. One of them is on the screen. Pavlaitis needs a draw. Avetisiana with black needs a victory. We already know the winner of the tournament. Zheng Zheng, the Grams from China, has won the event with 8 points out of 9. Valery Kazakowski, most likely second with 7 points.
Yes.
How do you make a progress here? Bishop b6. He's willing to sacrifice the pawn on b6, is he? Bishop g4, check, rook h6. That's the idea. Not the real risk here. Check, rook h6.
Yeah, but I can go king f2, and if you give me the check, or if you go back with your rook, I'll activate my king.
I think something like king f2 feels pretty safe here. And Pavlaitis feels he's so close to the desired result here. Update. Agnesa Terapetisiana against Hare Krishnan. That's a small live board. White is trying to play b4. Rook e8. Counterattacks with the bishop on e4. This game is also super tense.
Yeah. No, maybe some bishop d5 back.
The rook on e3 might be sliding in. Some checkmate ideas.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, I'm not sure you can take the f7 pawn anyway, so you're probably going to get checkmated.
All right.
They're both really low on time as well.
Actually, this game is, I guess, a bit more exciting. So maybe let's switch to that game and keep the camera on these guys. Yep. There you go. So, rook e3, knight f5, rook g3, checkmate. That's a threat you have to watch out for.
Yeah, but I mean, your bishop is hanging, so you have to do something.
Yeah, bishop d5, counterattacked the pawn at f7. I would imagine the players are so nervous right now.
Yes.
They're sitting somewhere to the left of this board. We sadly don't see that. Board number 6. Next year we're going to have camera feeds for all boards. Yeah.
Yes. It's a small improvements every year, so we're gonna get there. Yes.
All right. Bishop d5. Okay.
Okay, I guess he had to do that.
He had to. That's a good move.
Banking on the fact that rook e3, you can exactly take on f7, knight f5, bishop g6, and then hope that it's all okay. Yeah?
Rook e1 somehow. Rook e1, rook g1, knight e6 is a very difficult sequence. Like here, takes on f7, rook g1, king goes somewhere at 96, 94.
Yeah.
So difficult to find this. I don't know how she's going to find it. She's going to play something safe like rook e7 here. But then b4 could be an issue. B4 is an issue. Knight e6. Knight e6 is not a good move. I mean, white can take on e6. There's rook f2. Rook f2 according to an engine gives white some advantage. But it's very difficult to remain precise at this stage. Rook g1, rook e1, rook g1 looked so interesting. We do see something happening in the background.
There was some results.
This was the game of
Jakubowski game.
who? Jakubowski Ostensen, yeah?
Jakubowski won.
He won.
I mean, I see the result.
Oh, so Jakubowski staged his comeback until the very end.
See, I told you, he is gonna come back.
Unbelievable.
Now he's gonna get a prize. Yeah, he has bad tie breaks, but he's gonna get a really good prize still.
Wow, the great result. So we're still following the two title seeker games. Pavlaitis is on the video screen. On the analysis board and live board is Avatisyanna's game with black color. If she wins this against Hare Krishna, would be not only a huge upset, but also her WGM norm. Rook f2. White finds the best move and the bar slides actually again. So this means that the position is still very unclear.
Yeah.
Not a big surprise there. There's many moves for black. Rook f8, f5 ideas. Bishop e7, 98. Rook e7. I slightly don't like this move. It's a bit passive.
Yeah, she's trying to like go probably back with knight d4 and just say that my
knight e4, knight f5,
yeah. That
but there's a
pawn
5.
is protected.
There's a 5 right here.
That's a really good point. White has to understand that they have to be really concrete, yeah?
Yeah. f5, knight e4, maybe there's this counterattack idea. I mean, white can still get checkmated.
For sure. With 30 seconds, calculate this.
No, not easy. But does he have any choice? I don't know. There's a choice. I'm standing on nothing. e4, in the meantime, played by LaRochas. They reached the next score sheet. There's going to be some mass trades, and LaRochas is going all in. Like, I'm just going to show you very quickly the position they have live right now. He's sacrificed the pawn. This is the position they have right now. LaRochas just gave up the pawn on b6 to rely on the strength of the e pawn. Bishop c4 is a threat. e3 might be somewhere a threat. The b pawn seemingly goes nowhere. The position is balanced, but white is under a lot of pressure here.
Yeah, you have to be careful.
I don't know which game to stick. Let's once again
go back
switch.
there because f5 is played.
f5 is on the board between Hare Krishnan and Avatisyanna. Knight d4, according to an engine, is the best move, but you're kind of afraid for the pawn on f7.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna take it. I think she's gonna take the pawn on f5, but knight e4
Then how do you protect it?
is a big move.
Yeah.
Knight c7 also is a move.
Yeah, she
Takes
took it.
it.
Now the question is, how are you protecting?
Yeah, but that doesn't look good. So you have to go already knight d8. Very passive defense. At the critical moment, Agnes is trying to survive instead of being aggressive. King e8 is also a move, but suddenly white plays rook f6.
Yeah, rook f6 is annoying.
Rook f6, threatened to play g6. I mean, white is making progress playing without the bishop and h3. It's unbelievable. All right, let's switch back to the game of Pavlaitis against LaRochas.
Yep.
And keep the small live board between Avatisyanna against Hare Krishnan. It seems like the momentum is switching towards the Indian Grandmaster.
Yeah. Okay, so now LaRochas has to decide again, yeah, because after rook h2, king went to e3, so...
King goes back.
Yes, exactly. They have had this position at least once already.
So they repeated the position at least once. Yeah, here, here, here.
Yep.
Okay. King d4. King d4, the moment of truth. There's many good moves for white. The most human maybe is rook d6. Pinning the bishop and the king. Open up bar for the pawn.
I mean, I guess the idea is some e3 checks.
Yes. e3 check, try to checkmate the white king or push for the e pawn.
Get the rook and bishop against. Rook.
And again, there's some changes in the game of her question against Avetisiana. The evaluation bar keeps swinging left and right, but at least the white king is not getting mated anytime soon.
Yep. The bishop has some hope, maybe. Now play some b4, so at least tiny bit of hope.
Yep. So Avetisiana is down to the last seconds. The Indian Grandmaster has a bit more time.
So she went back in order to defend against b4.
Against b4, yeah.
Which is a good move, yeah.
Probably the likely outcome of that game is a draw. So she's trying to stay alive in this game, not maybe thinking too much about how to win it.
Oh yeah, this was made with 2 seconds remaining, so playing
Rook
close.
b8, that is a bold move. I'm not sure you wanted to leave the bishop on d5 uncontested, but I suppose Thomas was being very precise that this one back rank check is not a big deal. Immediately responds with king c1.
Oh, there's another check, and then what are you doing with your bishop? I think do you have to be willing to give away the bishop?
I don't
like
know.
I'll go rook h1, then rook h2, yeah?
Rook h1, let's say rook h1, king b2, rook h2, I can play bishop d3 and put the rook here.
Ah, yeah, and then I don't have any bishop before, so
I don't think,
yeah,
I think I'm good.
Okay.
Players are playing the moves very quickly. Rook h2 first. There's no e2 here.
Yep.
e2, king d2. I think that black is going to draw the pawn. You can't do this. The players have amassed a bit of safety net, couple of minutes. There is a bit of a repetition of moves in the game of Hard Question against Tiziana. Rook h6, rook f6, bishop e5.
Okay, so she wants
b7 is a mistake. No, it's not a mistake. No, it's a mistake.
It is.
Why it's a mistake again?
Some
g6, rook g6. I don't follow why it's a mistake, actually.
I mean, maybe you take first and then go g6. Yeah?
Bishop e6 and g6. Yeah, but are you sure about that? Because your bishop on a3 is still out of the game.
No, but I'm relying on my king then somehow. But I mean, you have an e-pawn as well, so if I'm not queening, I'm losing. So it's some risk.
Yeah. So there's a lot of action happening on two boards at the same time. Two title seekers here. On the small analysis screen, we have Hare Krishna against Agnieszka Travetisiana, who, if she wins with black, she's getting the WGM norm. Doesn't look likely according to Valuation Bar, but she was really close.
Time is ticking, yeah.
And there's another mistake by white. I think White just wants a draw.
Right
he
now,
just wants a draw. King e8. Let's repeat the position. Let's get a draw.
If King e8 is played, then he probably will call the arbiter, yeah? Because then it's 3 times after rook f6.
Right. And this game we have on the screen, on also the video feed, between Pavlaitis against LaRussia's. White needs at least a draw. But he can be ambitious also at some point, because after all, why not?
I mean, I'm a pawn up, yeah.
I'm a pawn up. I have 2 connected pass pawns.
B pawn is going to start running as well, yeah.
B6. I don't like this square, but it's probably all good. I think that bishop on e6 for black, the idea was to prepare some king c3 idea and back rank checkmate.
Oh,
with the rook on b8, you could not do that.
Yeah, good point.
So maybe it's not a bad move. Everything is still pretty balanced at this stage.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking there. In the other game, like b4 now was a chance that probably she missed.
Oh,
you can't take because
big moment.
Rook d6.
Big moment. Let's switch to that game. Let's show you on the big screen. There was a big missed opportunity by Agnieszka, because right here at this moment, rook f6, king d7, rook h6 here, knight c7, there was a b4 move. b4, the point is, if you take, there's going to be rook takes on d6 and bishop b4. The bishop is getting out of the prison, except there's no rook e4 check, and suddenly things get really complicated.
Yeah.
Rook e4, king f5 is a mate on the board. You can't do this. Would be a funny way to get a norm like this. Rook e4 is on the board.
Go to f3, and now the question is...
What is this? Rook f4, king e3, you can't take on b4 again. Take stakes and here.
Yep.
Wow. This is getting super tense. Rook e5 is the move that allows black to stay okay.
Okay, but then we can probably simplify it. Like I'll take on c5 and then we somehow simplify to some sort of a position. Yeah.
Yes. Probably. This is also a very human move. This is a human move. This is a human move. You got to make a decision. You have only 27 seconds. Not enough time.
Yeah.
And in the game of Pavlaitis against Larushits, it's still a status quo.
Now he gives another check. Yeah, so king goes to e3.
This check is pretty decent. I guess rook f5. Rook f5 probably is going to follow. Don't want to blunder. Rook takes on d6.
Yeah, I'm quite sure that's not going to
That's a big threat.
Okay, so sure, yeah.
Larushits doesn't see any progress, so he is shuffling the pieces. Yeah, rook g4 instead she went.
I mean,
okay, like I would have thought rook f5 was a bit more human.
Yeah.
But okay. Now there's white can try to keep the pawn with some rook f6.
But I think we're still okay. I'll still take on g5, and if you take on f7, I'll go king e8, and then I'll take the d5 pawn. And then
that's a fair point.
Yeah.
That's a fair point.
I'm not sure you can protect against this actually.
That's a fair point. So this means that this game might be heading to a draw. I mean, it was pretty balanced pretty much the entire time during the time scramble. We just tried to build up some kind of a drama.
Yeah, I mean, they played really well during the time scramble. Yeah.
Okay, let's go back once again to this live board between the two Lithuanian players and keep Agnesa's game on the small live board.
Yep.
So that we can follow both games at the same time, because for everybody else it's a 50-minute delay except us. We are a bit privileged. See lifetime information. Larushits doesn't see. There's nothing, to be honest, nothing to find because White has figured out his setup.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have a good squares with your bishop. Yeah? e6 he already tried, but rook b6 and then where else?
Yeah, you can also misplay these things because if you push too hard, the b pawn is going to roll forward.
Yep.
Agnesa did not force the draw. It was a bit not a good decision by her, but the position is still balanced.
So she defended the f7 pawn.
Yeah, she defended the pawn, but now White keeps the extra pawn. There could be still some perpetual. White still cannot bring the bishop and e3 in the game.
Yeah.
Bishop f5. Ooh, what is this? I think you can already take on f5 and give up the rook. Very interesting way by Larushits.
Not lose that one, yeah.
Very interesting. Look at this. So if you take it, there's going to be rook h1 and e2.
Yeah.
But after rook e7, White gives up the rook and claims a fortress.
Yeah, I mean, and I think it's pretty easy.
Unless he plays like Toivo Keinonen. Against Ilya Kaitanen. For a very long time.
Yeah.
I don't think that White has any choice here. Do you have any choice?
To not take?
To not take, yeah. I think you have to.
You probably have to take it.
Maybe there's some b6 takes, some checks.
Yeah, but you don't want to calculate this probably.
It looks a bit risky.
Yeah. Like if you also like bishop takes on f5 is the first move you calculate, and I think you're pretty sure that you can give up the rook and you have the fortress.
Yep. I think we are heading to that position. Yeah. So Paulaitis should know that he has a draw in the pocket here. Maybe he's thinking about something else. That's basically agreeing to a draw. Yeah, he accepts a piece. There's going to be rook h1 first, followed by e2. White's going to lose the rook. And the White is building a fortress. And I think it's very safe to say that White will make this.
Yeah. Even if you lose the b5 pawn, then, I mean...
Yep. You can lose both pawns, actually, if you want.
Yeah, but...
Just to make a point.
Yes. And some might even say it will be easier if you just give up both pawns. But I think if you just keep your king on b2 and move around with your bishop, like, not blundering anything in one or two moves, that's okay.
Okay. So, Why plays bishop d3? Maybe LaRoche's only idea is to get some kind of Zugzwang idea. Let's say bishop d3, king a2, king c3, and white goes crazy.
Yeah, but
and
I'm not forced to move my king, yeah?
of course.
I'm keeping my king there. I'm just moving around with my bishop.
By the way, I think there's also a b6 move here, right here.
Yeah.
b6, b7, bishop c8.
Then you actually have to bail out
Wait.
very fast, yeah?
How does white make a draw there? How does black make a draw there? Probably you have to be a bit accurate.
You can go, yes, exactly. You can go rook e5 and then take it.
Because if you get with the rook here stuck, you might find some ideas to lose this game.
Yeah.
Okay. b6. Wait, but b6 was not played, yeah? No, he's thinking.
Yes.
He's thinking.
But he is close, and he knows he's very close to his norm. And that's what we were discussing. Like, if he makes a draw this way, then he's probably going to be a lot more proud of the norm.
And he goes for it.
Yes,
now it's black who has to be a bit accurate here. You can't afford to put the rook on b8.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Because if you do this, the only move, I know. It's the only way to draw. Oh my goodness. This is sick. Rook e8, b7, rook b8, bishop c8. You have to understand that this is a draw.
Okay.
This is sick. Because everything else loses. Everything else loses for LaRoche's. Look at this. Oh, Jesus. Why not here?
Okay.
Because of, look at this.
Oh, you're just blocking all the squares. Yeah.
Bishop d7 and b pawn goes.
Okay, I think he's gonna like rook e5 is the first move you want to make, and then you might understand that okay, it's an issue, and yeah, he plays it.
He found it.
Yep.
He found it.
Okay, but then the rook is gonna get trapped there, yeah.
Yeah, the rook is trapped, and Thomas is not sure about this. He is not sure that this is a draw. Bishop c8. King c4. He plays it very quickly, tries to portray confidence, but are you sure it's a draw? I mean, we do see it's a draw, but there's no risk for white whatsoever. Draw is in the pocket.
But it might be that he's just gonna pretend that it's like a king and pawn against king until it gets to some point, and then I can sacrifice because you can't go to the other side with your king.
That's a very valid point.
Yeah.
But I think that the first moment, Margaret, when you see the singing, you're feeling not well.
He had zero reasons to do this for himself.
You're like,
Probably the heart like skips a couple beats, and then you're like, okay, it's still okay.
I'm good. I'm good. All right. Okay. All right. Let's see what do we have in the other game. So we're gonna leave the camera on this one. Her Krishnan against Avetisiana still continues for a while. So we do see the moves in between the two Lithuanians. Ilya Hayden board 10 is winning against Yuxing Zhao.
Yeah.
And that's...
What did Alexandra Maltsevskaya do? Because this was also fighting for the female prizes.
Alexandra Maltsevskaya, let me tell you what she did.
On board, I think 8 or something like this. Yes, 8.
She won against Noah Becker.
Okay, so it still was a really good tournament for her.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, she fought really well.
Yeah.
Her game against Zheng Zhangzhao was amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, the Hare Krishnan against Avetisiana is probably the most thrilling game so far. So I think here LaRoche's should already have figured out that this is drawing, even surviving a small scare with rook on b8. I don't think I've ever seen an endgame like this, to be honest.
Yeah, because I've seen like the endgames been lost like this, right? Like the rook gets trapped, and then you're like, oh wait.
Maybe I should actually keep it on the live board, yeah, so that people can.
Yeah, I think because they are playing it out right now really quickly. The other one is
the live board. The small live board. That's the game between two Lithuanians, and we have the analysis board. Hare Krishnan against Agnes Avetisiana. It was a really thrilling game, and I think at some point she was very close, actually, to do a very big sensation. I mean, of course, the game is still continuing, but now it seems that white should not lose this.
Yeah, I mean, he's pawn up, yeah. The bishop is still bad, but...
The bishop is somehow going to find a way to join the game.
Yeah.
Rook g4. Might be some repetition.
Mm-hmm.
Rook f5, I think. You don't want to give up the pawn.
Makes sense. And then the question is, can white figure out some type of progress or not?
No, I don't.
Probably not.
I mean, white wants to trade the rooks, obviously, but I don't know how do you do that. White wants to bring the bishop in the game, but I don't know how do you do that. Maybe b3 when the timing is right.
Yeah, but that's why I think she went to a4, yeah, to
Right.
protect against b3.
You can play b3 right now. Give up the pawn on g5 and risk to lose.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a
really
risk,
want to,
actually.
but-
Maybe it's not a risk. Just play b3 to keep the game alive. Yeah, no? Like
yeah.
b3 takes, king c4, run with the king.
Okay, yeah,
Try
sure.
to do something, I don't know.
Actually, yeah. Oh, what?
Rook d4?
Why did you go there?
Is it real? No.
No, no.
No,
Okay.
I thought it just made no sense because there was b4
Yeah.
move.
Yeah, yeah. And
I
like
thought
you,
that made
you
no
look,
sense.
yeah. And you're like quite sure that this, like.
So many
You're aware
Latvians
of
watching this, heart stopped for all of them.
Aw.
It's all good.
Yes.
It's all good. You can breathe.
Okay, but the other game is reaching to its conclusion. We can see that probably the handshake very soon. Probably some smiles because.
c6, he's not even going to try. King c6, Bear Kings. Congratulations
that
within.
was-
I am Norm.
Yeah.
Thomas Pavlaitis, you made it. What a great game. Great defense. Coach is happy for the student.
Yeah.
Let them analyze. I think we're going to keep this camera because
Yep,
we have
sure.
nothing better to show anyway. And it's also... No, that's a Thomas Pavlaitis against Tomas Larushas.
Yes.
So let me select the other live board. Her Krishna is sitting to the last 20 seconds. Is he claiming a draw? Or is he repeating the position? We don't know that. No, he still plays.
It makes sense for him to try at least something. Yeah, like there's no way he can lose this.
Yeah, I think it should be a draw. No, he is still pushing.
He wants to go some b3, some slowly. You know, that's what the grandmasters do. They're like, okay, you didn't want to draw when I was willing to do it. Now you're gonna suffer.
Yeah. No, but this bishop on a3 is never going to find its way back to life. Rook g2.
Now you go back to g3, or
Yeah, you could give a lot of checks and repeat the position. I think Agnesa has figured things out.
yeah.
She's claiming a fortress. Unless at some point she decides to become ambitious.
I mean, she could have also just like taken the g5 pawn and like quite a few moves ago, right?
She could have
And
done that.
simplified.
Yeah. In the meantime, we can see that both Lithuanian players are discussing things that were, things that could have been. At some point, Thomas Larushas was unhappy about his choices, but ultimately, I think it was a pretty decent game by both players.
Yeah.
Do we have any information? Which norm is this for Thomas Pavlaitis? We don't know,
I'm
yeah?
not sure, yeah. But like I checked his rating and it actually is like he's been like 2170, but he hasn't been higher, so I
Okay.
would assume it's
Probably the first one, yeah?
exactly.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. But Hare Krishna seems to be making some progress, no?
Yeah. Now the king wants to come in.
Yeah. The king is marching forward.
And if you're going rook g4, then
Rook g4, b3.
b3, exactly.
And Angel says it's still a draw, but you already have to like navigate all the moves here. I think Agnesa misplayed things a bit.
Yeah.
Like, Angel actually says at this moment... No. This was all of this was played. All of this was played. There was a moment to play c4 immediately, right here.
To simplify.
Also force a lot of things, but it's not so obvious.
Yeah.
Also c4 here is a draw, maybe even a better version. Like c4, takes, should be a draw.
Yes.
King is cut off. And now I start to think there's some issues. Rook g4, b3. This bishop is joining the game, and you're like, oh no.
Yeah, this was everything that you were banking on.
Yeah, the entire game.
Exactly.
The bishop was shut out, imprisoned, and now it's going to come back to life. Let me maybe select overview. These players are gone.
Yep. can see how many games we even have in the playing hall. Yeah.
Yeah, and from the top boards, I think this is
There was some board 10 playing as well.
board 10. Yeah, Ilya Haiten is still winning. Ooh, no longer. He's no longer winning. He just missed the win.
Oh,
And against Yuxing Zhao,
okay.
I'm just gonna show very quickly the position.
And that's the thing. Those are the 2 last games going.
Yeah, this is the position. Yeah,
Mm.
Ilya Haiten with white. He's pushing the pawn, but it can be stopped. It's gonna be a draw.
Yes.
This is a draw. So Haiten is not gonna win his final game. So let's go back to Hare Krishnan against Avatisiana. In case the viewers you just joined, we know the winners of the event. They are Zheng Zhongzheng, Ramsar from China with an amazing score, 8 points out of 9. Second place, Valerie Kazakowski with 7 points. Do we know who is going to finish third? Probably.
I can. Right now, it's with 6.5 points Kraken, and then Jakubowski is also with 6.5 points. But
Unbelievable! So Jakubowski
I
climbed to
know.
the third place.
That's what I was talking
Wow.
about.
He had like 1 point out of 3,
Yes.
minus whatever 20. Yeah, most likely rating points.
Yes, something like this.
Yeah, and you just casually climb to share the third place.
Mhm. That's what happens when you win. 4
And that's why
games in
he
a
is going
row.
to keep coming back also the next year and the year after that.
Yep.
Of course. Ah. And then we have one title norm. Thomas Pavelaitis just made an IM norm,
Yep.
drawing against Thomas Larushas.
Mm-hmm.
Any other spectacular results in the final round? Some big upsets, maybe?
We have one player who got to. I mean, Rudolf Messen won against Ezra Kirk with black, so he gets to 6 points. He's a 2200 player. It's definitely a good result for him.
Okay.
Ivan Drosley, who is under 2100 player, he also got to 5.5 points. So, like, people who have
All right.
really good tournaments, yeah.
All right. And what's the biggest rating gain for somebody? Do we have such data?
I think the just results is not showing that yet.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. B3, by the way, played by Hare Krishnan. At this stage, it's very clear that White has good chances to win this. And there comes the mistake. Rook G3, Rook G4. White's advantage keeps increasing. King B5. I think White is already seriously pushing here. Can he make a progress? Ah, you can't take on... No, I think you can. Takes, check here, maybe claim it's still a draw.
Yeah, holding exactly somehow, yeah.
So all of this was... Actually, yeah, according to the engine, all of this is still holding. Rook G3. 2 pawns against 1 at the king side.
And maybe that's that. Like, you have to go to that endgame, because otherwise, how are you protecting the b3 pawn, yeah?
Yeah.
Like, some king c6 immediately doesn't really
It just...
change anything, because the bishop is going to be under attack anyways. You have no time for rook f1, rook e1 or anything.
Yeah. Wait a second. Wait a second. Actually, I would love to try this.
So you want to win a 110 PAC, yeah?
Here? And you said this idea, yeah?
Yes.
I want to try. Because it gives me an outside pass pawn.
Mm-hmm.
And it gives me umbrella chances.
Yeah.
No. Okay, it's a draw, yeah?
Yeah.
But it could be tricky.
Yeah.
Could be tricky.
Mm-hmm.
But no, he played bishop takes on c5.
Okay.
So, yeah, why not win a pawn?
If you take on b3, I can also go to
king c4 and keep the bishop.
No, but I can go to king c6 as well.
King c6, yeah.
Yeah,
you can.
then I can, I don't know, if you take on c5, I will give you a check,
One
maybe
check.
with the rook, and then...
It's still a draw.
Okay, now you have to take this, yeah.
Yeah, but I think one thing is clear, that Agnes is not going to make the WGM norm here, sadly. If she draws this, she's missing 1 point. Like, this would be either the performance point or the average rating point. That's the word we got.
Yeah.
It was verified. So, but still, anyway, a great tournament for the Latvian. Definitely gaining some important rating points. Good preparation, most likely for the Olympiad. I think she's going to the Olympiad. I don't know.
I think she should, right?
I think she should, yeah. I also think so.
Yeah. And she'll definitely still get some like woman's prize here anyway, so.
D6, only move king e8, which is not so difficult to find, because king
Yes,
e6 is a check.
Yes, so you protect your pawn.
All right, let's see how long we are going to stay to this game.
Yeah, all the other results are in as well. So.
All the other results are in.
Yep.
Yeah. Everybody else is finished. It's just this game. Really great fighting spirit by Agnesa. Yeah, the yesterday's game, that was terrible.
Yeah.
And I'm very glad that she recovered, because I knew that she's definitely much, much better than this. And the game she played against Valerie Kozakowski, and now she put up a very fierce resistance against Kari Krishnan, because she lost the pawn basically in the opening, created some problems, at some point even was taking over the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, somehow the experience was still missing to convert it. Yep. It was not easy at any point.
Yeah, no, for sure not. And she definitely like was being ambitious, because she declined the draw at some point, the repetition. So
king c6. White is sort of making some progress. Like here, it's like very, very thin margin for black to make a draw. Like, I think the draw is like this, and you have to make the only move here that after king c7, you have to give the only move rook a7. Without this, you're lost. Yep. Very important resource. But it should be possible to find, because everything else is just losing. Move 90, by the way. So we are definitely going to stay to watch this game for a while. I mean, if it's going to continue forever, I think we're going to wrap up the coverage, of course. But Margaret, what would be maybe your highlights? Like, if you'll be thinking about the tournament as a whole, what was really good? What maybe would change for next year? What kind of improvements we could maybe make different for the next year, like positives, etc.?
That's a really good question. Yeah. I think that maybe one thing that like went really well, like everything was quite smooth. All the rounds started at the correct time. I think, yeah, like in general, I think it was the quality was really good. So I'm happy about that. We also saw a lot of tiredness and fatigue from the players. So maybe this is something that we already started discussing a little bit, that maybe it would be better to have one extra day, so that there's like, then essentially there are 2 days, 2 more days with only one round. So I think that could maybe be beneficial for the players. That there are.
Oh, sorry to interrupt you. There's a horrific mistake by Agnesa.
So she has the right idea but wrong execution. Yeah?
Oh, d7. She forgot about the d7 check.
Yeah.
She had to give a check first. Give a check, then play rook a3. She played rook a3 first. And now it's d7.
So the point of the check is just to like lure the rook away from the attacking the f7 pawn.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she sees it right now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I mean, the position was, okay, not a trivial draw, but...
Yeah.
Wow,
well, then that's gonna hurt.
That's gonna hurt, and I think that white will spot this. This is...
I mean, you have to. This is
you have to spot this, because like... d7, king e7, meaning you take it. d7, king goes here, you take it. You just win a pawn.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Maybe the point is that, okay, d7, king d8, rook takes f7, I give you check, rook a6.
But even I give you the pawn back, and this should be...
No, I want to go attack the g4 pawn.
Here.
Yes, I give you the check, and I... No, not that check, the other check.
The other check.
Yes, and then I want to go to rook c... Yes.
Here, yeah?
Yes, and then this is the losing, but...
Wait a second. That's actually a fair point.
Like, I think that's the best that she can try right now. Yeah, and then you're gonna build the bridge very slowly. Probably.
Only winning idea. Only winning idea.
Okay, so she has still some hope, yeah?
Because this is not a draw, ladies and gentlemen. You're missing one more rank.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay, Hare Krishna has not yet made a move. Not yet. Sorry, you were saying, about the good sides, bad sides, things to change?
Yeah, exactly. So the round thing is the one thing that we are maybe thinking to change, but otherwise I think, we're also very open to like feedback. So if anyone wants to, yeah, even send us later, like what good, whoa.
I have a feeling you're not gonna get the chance to finish your thought.
Yes.
What is this?
It's a checkmate threat.
Yes, 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 but
But it's the point now that she has to find the same idea. She has to go to rook c3 check and then go back, yeah?
maybe he thought it's actually a draw. Like maybe he thought that
He
this
saw
is
Brawl with the rook g6 idea and then wasn't sure, yeah?
yeah. He probably saw this sequence and
Yep.
thought, oh, it's a draw. Yeah, like takes,
Mhm.
takes, and here it's a draw. Like I'm not going anywhere.
Yep.
The king is cut off, and actually no, it's a win. It's a win exactly because of this. Like these are the only moves, but it's winning.
Yeah, but the issue is that she was supposed to find the rook c3 idea again.
Okay, what's
this
happening
idea
here?
is not gonna happen. King c7 is quite easy, yeah? No, makes sense.
King c7, rook a7. I think it's actually king b7.
Okay,
King
you
b7. I go
somehow.
back. Wait a second.
Oh.
Wait. Where's the win? Where's the win? Wait, where's the win? King c7, rook a7, king c8, rook a8. Where's the win? I don't see it down. Evolution bar is making some tricks here.
He played rook b7 immediately, so maybe that's smarter.
Rook b7. That is definitely smarter. No, I don't think the king c7 was winning actually. Because you can never trade rooks. There's always king d7.
Yeah, so you get back to the same position, and you still have to find this idea, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. And now sadly, this check will decide everything. Check and cut
Yeah.
off the king.
Yeah, and then the d-pawn goes.
Yes, please resume.
Yeah, yeah. So I already lost my thought, but yes. So like, we're very open to all the feedback to get better, and I think we also just want stronger players, more players to come next year.
So it
Things
means
like
more
that.
days.
Yeah, I think this is the first thing that I'm gonna try to push for, because now as a commentator I can also see that the players are really tired, and I've played those things as a player as well.
Yeah.
Yes, but it needs some thinking to do. But we're definitely gonna come back next year. This is the first thing. It's quite sure we're gonna come back. And yeah, I mean, I hope also we're gonna have the commentary next year. I mean, I
Yeah.
had so much fun this year.
Oh, absolutely. I also had a
Yes.
lot of fun.
Yeah,
Definitely
so
much more fun than playing. That's why I try to
yeah.
lately focus on commentary because I feel my game is a bit struggling. I wanted to stay for the blitz,
Yeah.
but I could not. I
Yeah.
have other things to attend to. I have to go home,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I would love to return next year and
Yeah.
keep working on also improving things.
Yeah, because also I think this year we had like some small improvements, everything around, and it really.
So what I would like
fun.
to see from my end is more cameras.
Yes. Okay. I will write everything down. Yes. It's on the video.
Better cameras,
Yes.
more cameras, maybe like on top 6 boards,
Mm-hmm.
something like this. Maybe also we're going to try to get a bit more guests here.
Yeah.
So
This
this
is
year we
something
somehow
was
were focusing a bit on the
complicated.
commentary. Invite the players, come here, share some thoughts because they're essentially like only 30 meters away
Yeah.
from us.
Yeah.
I hope they don't hear us.
No, I've tried it.
Yeah.
It's not.
Even if we
good, but-
shout, they don't hear
Yes,
us. Yeah.
yes. Maybe if we like really shout that it's a blunder, then
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
we shouldn't. But
Really shouting. Yeah.
yeah.
What else? No, I think overall it was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
good.
cameras, I suppose.
Yeah, that we can try to fix.
All
Or
right.
do better, I guess. Because it's also like this is the 7th time, and we started from basically 0, and now every year we are trying to like do more things. So I'm actually like really proud of that. I think we've come a long way from basically anything. What do you think were the most impressive games, though? You remember?
Yeah, the most impressive games were Zheng Zheng against Maltsevskaya.
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
I thought that game stood in ahead of everybody else. What else? Let me think. I really loved Maxime Lagarde's impressive victory over Nicolas Platonov's. This was, I think, round 2. Beautiful queen sack.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
Yeah,
sticks to my
that's
memory.
tactic, yeah.
What
was the game that Valeri won when he gave up the 2 rooks against the queen and then just understood that better?
Kazakowski.
Against Grave, maybe?
Oh, it's already blank memory.
Yeah, I think so, because this was the one where the young Norwegian like made one blunder with some b5 or something, and then Kazakowski was
That game.
really well
Absolutely. Yeah,
understanding.
I think it
I
was
like this
Grave.
one.
Round
Yeah,
4 something.
round 3.
Round 3.
Yep.
Okay. Right. Yeah, so there's a couple of memorable games,
Mm.
couple of heartbreaks definitely, like here. We're
Yeah.
witnessing heartbreak right now. So Agnesa, I don't think she deserved to lose this game, but it was the mistake at the 5th hour.
Mm-hmm.
The final round. You fought really so well. It hurts to finish
Yeah.
with 2 losses, but unfortunately I think that's what's gonna happen here.
Mm-hmm.
And oh wait, there's still one hope here.
That's what I was saying. It's
Like there's this hope.
Yes, but I think it's still losing. It's still losing. Because that's what I was thinking. You can't really build a bridge because there's no check on that file, but
It's still losing. White can't save the rook. No necessity to trade. This is pretty hard. I think for her it's gonna be pretty hard to swallow this one, but again, another very important experience.
Yeah, for sure.
The young players, I think overall they played really well. I think Pavlaitis also played really well. Kazakowski, I was very impressed the way he handled most of the things, except today he blew away the victory, which was a rare sight.
Yeah.
But overall, I think that the Chinese Grandmaster he won fair and square.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely the best player of the field.
I mean, the performance rating is also 27-22, plus 15 points for rating. So
yeah. All right, let's wait this game to wrap up, and then we also wrapping up the coverage for the 7th Paul Keres Memorial. I think we're not going to see a lot of moves in this one.
Yeah.
Even though all the players are tired.
Yeah.
And the Blitz event today starts at what time?
Starts at 4:30.
4:30.
Yes. Okay. And I think this is also the good part, that like maybe there are some players who didn't do too well in the classical, but you still have 2 more tournaments to go.
Yeah.
And yeah, like Blitz and Rapid can be totally different result. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, Rook d5, King c7, anything wins here.
Yeah.
Our Krishnan is gonna squeeze out the victory.
I think after Rook d5, she's probably gonna resign. That would be the most straightforward. And King c7 is the same, basically.
Yeah. Grandmasters tend to be very pushy.
Yeah.
Fight until the very end and somehow find some practical chances. King e7 is going to be simple check and promotion.
Yep. There is no hope of giving away the rook and then getting the g pawn, because you're not even getting the pawn.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, and of course here's the resignation by Agnesa, which is hard for her and the Latvian fans, but what to do? Congratulations to Hare Krishnan. And with this, I think we can safely say that all the games have been finished.
Yeah, exactly. We already talked about the winners. Now everything is official as well.
So can we name the winners of the festival?
So Zhang Shangsheng wins outright with 8 points out of 9. Kazakowski is second with 7. Then Eivind Kreken, young Norwegian, third with 6.5. Krzysztof Jakubowski fourth with also 6.5. And then we have a big tie with 6 points. Kainanen, Hare Krishnan, La Rosa, Maltsevska, Pavlaitis, Lagarde, Messen. That's it. Those are the players with 6 points.
One title norm for Thomas Pavlaitis.
Yep.
And who is the biggest rating gainer? Do we have info?
I don't think so. It doesn't.
It doesn't show, yeah?
Yes, but I can actually check how much rating Pavlaitis gets. He gets 68 points. This is
not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
All right. Let's wrap it up. It was a fun week. This was the 7th Paul Keres Memorial here in Parnu, Estonia. The viewers, if you're watching this and you're wondering how it would feel to be here, you can definitely mark your calendars for the next year. I'm pretty sure the organizers, they're going to do everything in their power to make it come back. For typically, last week of July.
Last week of July, first week of August. We're still going to have to, arrange that a little bit, start discussions soon. So, but it will be out. It will be in the FIDE calendar and the social media everywhere. So,
absolutely, definitely. Yeah. So make sure to follow the social media, not to miss any updates. And we are essentially saying goodbye. Maybe a couple of final words from you, Margaret.
Yeah, I mean, as I already said, I had so much fun. It was really nice. Yeah, also just commentating and seeing all the games. It was. I hope that the games didn't disappoint the viewers, because I think we had everything basically. So
We had everything. We had amazing games. We had dramas,
mhm.
heartbreaks, beautiful preparations, very long games. Pretty much everything we could have wished for. Beautiful atmosphere here next to the Baltic beach. But
Mhm.
we have to wrap up this coverage. So, thank you, dear viewers, for being part of the broadcast for the past 6 days. And hopefully, we're going to see you here in the next year's edition. As for me, I'll be coming back with more commentary very, very soon. Actually, tomorrow already. Very deep night. I will be doing the commentary for the Women's Speeches Championship semi-finals. Hoye Fun against Bibisara Asabayeva. It's gonna start like 3 a.m. European time, so it's gonna be crazy, crazy early. So make sure you get up to see that. Or if you're from Americas, on the chess.com channels, there's gonna be another commentary coming after that. I don't want to announce it just yet. It's gonna be amazing, but for now, I'm saying goodbye to you. Thank you, Mark.